all the responsibilities. So I wanted to say that that is the family. I started my education in a primary school called KAPKEA Full Primary School. By that time it was known as Full. And up to this day, I don't understand why it was called Full Primary School, from class 1 to class 8. And I sat for my KCPE the year 2003 and joined Form 1 the year 2004, a school called Tembelio. And I was in Tembelio from Form 1 to Form 3, but because of the challenges, the issues of school fees and the rest, I stopped for 1 year. Then I transferred to a school called El Bennett in Elgeyo Marakwet County, where I sat for my KCSE in the year 2008. And I passed well, scored a P-plane despite all the challenges. And I was offered I was to pursue. I went to Moi University. By that time, it was Moi University, Chepkoilel Campus, School of Science. So I joined Chepkoilel Campus the year 2010, which was later changed to University of Eldoret, to pursue a degree in a School of Science, Bachelor of Science and Analytical Chemistry with Computing, which I did from 2010 to the year 2014, and graduated with second class honors upper division. 2014, that was November 2014. And from that, after that, I started the journey of looking for a job from the year 2015, which I was not able to secure a job in public service or to work for any government agency or government department or any other government institution. And for all those years, immediately I finished Form 4, I decided to plow back to the community. For all those years, immediately I finished Form 4, that is KAPKEA. I 2 years. By that time, to plow back to the community, immediately I finished Form 4, that is KAPKEA. Form for 2 years. So for those 2 years, I was studying that school. Immediately I finished Form 4, that is KAPKEA. Form for 2 years. So for those 2 years, I was studying that school. And I'm proud that as we talk, I have so many, many of my students who joined the campus, they have passed well. Some of them are now teachers, some of them are now engineers. And that is before joining university. But during my long holidays, I was also keen in plowing back to the community. And then that is after first year, that long holiday of 3 months, I went back and taught in a school called Chepkosom. That is a neighboring primary school also, to offer them my services and my passion for teaching. And I did that for 3 months. I also have students who are proud of me in that school, in Chepkosom Primary School. Some of them are now in universities and they're finished. And during my long holiday on the second year, I also went back and taught in a school called Tendo Secondary School to teach chemistry and mathematics. Out of that passion, I was not even looking at money, but I was very keen because I used to love teaching. I taught chemistry and mathematics for 3 months and went back to the university. And I also went for my attachment at government chemist. That is where I did my attachment for all that time. Then like I said, after finishing school, I started the journey of looking for a job. But of course, the challenges that we all understand, that here in Kenya, we have the issues of unemployment. It was not, that Kenya, we've not invested so much when it comes to research institutes, when it comes to science courses like chemistry and biology. And it was hard to find that job. Immediately after that, I decided to go for, because I had passion for leadership, I decided to go for a political seat, that is to fight for MCA Tembele Award in the year 2017, of which I was not successful. I missed by some few votes, but I said I'll still go back and serve my people in community services. So if you look at my CV, most of my works is giving back to the community. And it has given me a lot of experience, a lot of leadership experience. Like, if I can tell you, Chair, when my brother, my younger brother joined us in 2011,
when my younger brother joined class 11,
and I served in that school for
my younger brother joined
as the PA member that is representing Form 1 to all the way to Form 4. But because of that leadership, the year 2016, then now I was also elected by the parents to be their PA chair, the Parents Association chair, automatically joining the board of that school as the member of the board. And in that board, I was now elected to serve in the executive of that board and also to be the secretary of that school. And I served there for the last, from 2015 all the way to 2022. Immediately after I got elected, that is when I decided to resign from that school, not to serve as the board anymore. But in my leadership in that school, we achieved a lot. Chair, when I was joining the school, we had only 43 students, the whole school. But as we talk, it is now 240 students in the school, and we have achieved a lot of, we managed to build three in one laboratory. We are now building an administration block because of the collaboration. Chair, after not being successful 2017, I said I remained in serving the community, but I decided to go back 2019 to Moore University to further my studies and to do masters. But I did masters. I started my master 2019, where I was also given to serve as a part-time lecturing for 4 years and 3 years, lecturing chemistry. But because of the issues of school fees, I decided now let me hold a bit, not to continue my master's studies and to focus on being elected at Tembele Award. So I went back, decided to do my campaign, prayed, sell my manifesto to Raya, and I thank God that this time round, 2022, I was successful, and I was given that position by the members of the electors of the Tembele Award, of which I'm now still serving as, I served as the MCA of Tembele Award from 2022 up to now. And that is I owe a lot of respect and honor to the residents of Tembele because they gave me that opportunity to exercise my leadership, and to all my siblings and my parents, whom sometimes I pray so much that I wish they were there to see all these achievements. I am a family man. I have a wife known as Anita with 2 children. My first born called Valentine and second born called Nolan Kipkemboy. So that's this chair. But on my experience and work, like I said, because of the challenges of unemployment in this country, I've been serving for that passion of serving serving the humanity. That is serving in a school as the board member. I served as the secretary for bursary committee in Tembele Ward from 2013 to 2017 when Honorable Tiren was the member of parliament. I was also serving as, from the year 2014, there is a land in my place for a land that is known as KAPKEA, and I decided to form a group of youth where we were almost 8 of us, and we managed to collect our resources together to almost 10.4 million and purchased 20 acres of land, which we were buying quarter. So I was the secretary of that, and it was very successful. Only that when we were given that land, because of the issues of survey and the rest, we decided to resell that land. And we were buying at 120, and when we were selling it after 1 year, we were selling it, every member was getting 300,000. So that was a profit of 180, and most of them are now successful. Some of them went to build some rentals, some of them started their dairy farming, some of them started doing small-scale farming. So, like, my experience majorly is on serving the humanity and serving the community, and that is the reason why I was elected 2022 by 4,600 votes during the UDA nominations. It was unanimous. Out of the 24 polling stations in Tembele Ward, I was leading in 19 polling stations and leading with a margin of 70% in every polling station. Chair, to surprise you is that I was also I was an MC in most of these ceremonies. and I was doing it without charging them. But after finishing that job, I was telling them, I was the MC, just add A for me to be an MCA. And that is what gave me votes. So, and I thank God for that. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, nominee. I'm happy that the people of Tembelio was the first employer to give you payslip. Now, I know you have read through maybe the County Government Act on the roles of Deputy Governor. So maybe you can elaborate on the roles of a Deputy Governor and what are the laws or statutes that the guide or give unable to discharge. What are the statutes that give to the issue of deputy governor? So maybe you can elaborate that one to this committee. Yes.
Thank you, Chair. Honorable members. Like if appointment committee confirms my nomination as the deputy governor, my roles are well stipulated in the County Government Act, Section 32. And also they are well stipulated in the Constitution of this country, that is Section 1, Article 179. And that is where I will draw my roles as the deputy principal to the governor. And also serving any other role that will be assigned to me by the governor. And Chair, from the two sections, the County Government Act and the Constitution of this country, my roles are with limitations. There are some of the roles that are performed by the governor, but I cannot perform as the deputy governor. And that one, I'm very much aware that I cannot, like, for example, I cannot nominate. I cannot appoint, and at the same time, I cannot dismiss a CC member or even a CEO. But I will give my advisory to the governor and deputize the governor, like in Uasin-Gishu County, in rallying and supporting the governor on the issues of the Nguzo Kumi agenda and any other agenda or in service delivery to the people of Uasin-Gishu. So I'm on the statutes, or while if the committee confirms me, I will rely very much so much on the statutes. Like first one is the Constitution of this country, the Constitution of Kenya 2010. That one, the law, the column. I will also rely to the Public Finance Management Act 2012, the County Government Act 2012, that gives me the structures of the county government, the operations of the county government, the separations of powers in the county government, and I will stick to the strict adherence to the County Government Act. I will also rely on the Public Service Management Act and also on Intergovernmental Relations Act 2011. That one will also assist me in working with the national government on collaborations and also working with other county governments in the Republic of Kenya. There is also other acts of parliament and the acts of this county assembly that I will also strictly adhere to, like the Equalization Fund 2019, the act from this county assembly. And now that we are also becoming a city, Chair, I will also rely on Urban Areas and Cities Act 2011. That one, so that I will know the operations or how to, the operations in a city, the board and the rest. That one I will rely to the Urban Centers and the Urban Areas and Cities Act. So those are some of the acts, to mention a few, that in my office, if confirmed by the appointment committee, I will be using. It will be, those will be my daily documents that I will be going through so that I perfect on my service delivery to the residents of Uasin-Gishu County. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much, nominee. I know I'm seeing you are well conversant with these acts, and I hope it will assist you if confirmed by this appointment committee. Let me now allow the appointment members to ask some few questions. So maybe I will start. It will be on a ready basis. So I will start with the Vice Chair. Maybe you can continue.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. First and foremost, allow me, Chair, to congratulate the nominee, having gotten the eye of His Excellency the Governor to be nominated to be the Deputy Governor of Uasin Gishu County. Congratulations, Honorable Evans KAPKEA. Honorable Evans KAPKEA, based on your nomination, I would like you to clarify to this committee that if this committee sees favor on you and give you this opportunity to serve as the Deputy Governor, as a very young leader with a very big portfolio, could you please demonstrate your abilities as a very young leader and the synergy you are bringing in to this county government of Uasin Gishu? Secondly, Chair, could you please demonstrate to this committee that how you are going to handle matters and minimize unnecessary conflicts between the two arms of government? Having served as an honorable member representing the people of Tembelio, you have worn the shoes of being an honorable member. And now, if given this opportunity, you will be crossing over to be the implementer. Please, can you tell this committee, now that you have worn the shoe, and the nature of how things will work when given this opportunity, when you will be in another arm of government? And thirdly, Honorable Speaker, I would like to maybe ask our nominee that His Excellency the President was elected to be the member of Eldoret North at almost the age of your age. When he was given an opportunity to serve at the Ministry of Agriculture, he left a mark. And shortly, he was also transferred to the Ministry of Higher Education, and he also did perfectly. Today, you are confirming here you are one of the students who did not get an opportunity to go to university directly. But immediately when His Excellency William Ruto took over as the Minister for Higher Education, at least at that period in time, students were allowed to enter university but not staying at home. What are the possible landmarks that we are expecting from Honorable Evans Kipruto KAPKEA as a very young leader, and the marks that this county government of Uasin Gishu will see under your leadership? Thank you, Chair.
Maybe you can, 3 questions, maybe you can answer those ones first, then I will give you an opportunity to other members.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Deputy Speaker, for the 3 questions. I will try to answer the 3. Like on the age that I'm putting on the shoe of the Deputy Governor, I believe that if there's a seat that gives someone enough experience to serve in any opportunity, in any portfolio, is the seat of an MCA. And I understand the dynamics that is in that office of the Deputy Governor on the political dynamics. But what I know is that I will not be alone. When you are alone, that is when you cannot perform. But I'm joining a group of professionals. I know I'm joining a group of technocrats, and I'm also joining a group of leaders in the executive. And I know with consultation and teamwork, I will be able to achieve a lot, despite at this young age. And I know very well that I got a lot of experience when serving the community, and the job that I'm praying that you confirm so that I join that office is purely dealing with service delivery to the wananchi. And I understand, I know the challenges, but in any challenges, there is solution to that, especially when you console and you work together. So I believe that I will deliver, and I trust that I will do my best, and I will work with those who are in the executive to serve the residents of Uasin Gishu. On handling the matters and minimize unnecessary conflict, especially like the strategy that I will apply in this case is the strategy of consultation. And I mean it by saying I will consult. And I will do consultation with my boss, that is the governor. I will do consultation with the county assembly, where I know we have experienced leaders, and the ones that we have served for the 2 years, we got enough experience. Then I will do consultation with you, and I will also do consultation with the heads of departments, that is the CCM, the directors, and CEOs. And now that we have the County Government Act, this is a constitutional office that will well stipulated roles. And in any other office, they also have their well stipulated roles. If someone knows the roles, if someone knows his or her mandate, I believe we will avoid a lot of conflicts. We'll avoid a lot of conflicts, but I will also do collaborations, like with the county assembly. That I was in the county assembly, and I'm now joining the executive. There is still this function of representation. You are still the representatives of the people. Despite that we have the oversight role and we have the legislation role, you still represent the people, and consulting you will be of very much importance and help to me when serving the residents of Uasin Gishu County. In collaboration or in consultation with you, despite the roles, what I know is that if we work as the executive in ensuring that we are supporting for you to do the oversight role well in meeting the timelines, especially when it comes to budgeting process, the timelines of implementations, that one will assist the county assembly to perform the oversight role well, and also it will assist the county assembly to be responsible to their residents, because we are implementing the projects in time. That is what I'm going to push to minimize all this conflict, is to push all those who are given the roles, the CECs and the CEOs, in ensuring that we are meeting the timelines in a financial year, and in ensuring we are also honoring they are also honoring the invitation, and they are responding to all the answers from it is not the answers from the county assembly, it is the answers from the residents of Uasin Gishu through their representatives. So in responding to those answers, in responding to those questions from the electorates, that one we will minimize conflict. And in also doing their work, we will also minimize conflict amongst ourselves in the executive. That is, if the CCM does the roles of policy, if the CEO does the roles of being the accounting officer, the head of the human resource in the department, we will not have any conflict. But the conflict will come in when you want to do the roles that are not yours. Number two, we will also ensure that we are holding responsible the head of departments in ensuring that all the quarterly reports, the annual reports reach this county assembly in time, for you to also know where we are as the county, as the executive arm of government. Otherwise, if all of us will stick to our roles, we stick to the statutes and the laws that governs our offices, then we will avoid all the conflicts. I acknowledge that the president, the current president of the Republic of Kenya, like you've said, when he was given the opportunity, he did well in agriculture, he did well in higher education. My focus as coming in as a youth leader, I will also focus, my landmark, I will work on the issues of youth empowerment and women empowerment. That one, I'm assuring this house that I will request my boss to allow me to work on the issues of youth empowerment and the issues of women empowerment, especially when it comes to SACCOs and women groups for a very long time. If you go to each and every ward, you will find that all our women, they have certificates in the houses. The self-developed group certificate. We've requested all of them to register, and they have done so. But now when it comes to assisting them, that is where the challenge comes in. So all the legacy that you live in this world, you are working for it. So I will work for my legacy, I will work for my landmark, but I'm very particular that on the youth issues and the women issues and the cooperatives, the lines of cooperatives. Otherwise, I will not say that I will stick to youth and women and leave the rest. I will also do the rest. But my focus, now that I'm a young leader, Some are calling me, sometimes they are called me Gen Z and the rest, the millennial. I will focus on that area. I will focus on that area. And immediately you confirm my nomination as the Deputy Governor, I'll work with the representatives of the people on how we can improve, how we can help our youth, how we can help our women. Because I understand, after finishing university, I have the certificate, it is in my file, but the first job was from the Raya, not from the government. And I know there are a lot of youth outside there who have finished university, colleges, diploma and certificates, but they have not secured any job. And it is high time as the leadership to see the way of helping them, not even if not securing for all of them, but empowering and finding a way of helping them to raise their families. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, nominee. Now I will give you an opportunity to maybe note some questions. Then I will maybe after the 2 or 3 members, then I will give you an opportunity to. Let's start with Honorable Samoe, then we go to Honorable Muya, then we go to Honorable Gilbert. Yes.
Thank you, Chair. First, congratulations, Honorable Evans KAPKEA, for your nomination by His Excellency the Governor to serve in that position, which is a great privilege to all the people of Wazingishu, and in particular to the people of Tembelia. Number 2, Mr. Speaker, I have only 3 questions. One, I had noted the names of the nominee, but I am satisfied by the affidavit from the court. For the interest of the members who don't have, you can see his ID is reading Ruto, Kipruto I mean. But when you come to certificates, it is reading Ruto. Then having seen the affidavit, I am well informed. I will not ask that question. Number 2, the issue of performance contract. If at all this assembly will approve your nomination, in national government, they do practice performance contract. Sometimes they give them 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, whichever the case. Having assumed the office, God willing, if this nomination will go through, what will you advise your boss, now the governor? Because we have 10 departments in county governments with several subsections in it. Will you advise your boss to subject all the public servants so that they can improve the service delivery to the greater people of Wazingishu County? Number 2, and the last one, we are happy that you are among the youthful leaders in this county, and you have talked of youth and women empowerment. And you know, and by your submission earlier, you said after graduating in university, you tamak for around 2 or 3 years, and you are not available, you are not able to get a position of employment. Now that God has a favor from you, and you are going to deputize the governor, and might be you know and you understand what transpired in Kenya 2 months ago, the rise and the uprising of the JNCs. They were looking for accountability. They were asking for transparency in jobs in public service. What will you advise your boss now that you are in that shoes? And you remember in 2015, 2016, according to your records, you are looking for opportunity that you never got. How will you advise your boss in terms of giving fair, transparent, and accountable in public service? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Muya.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker and the Chair to this session. First of all, I want to say good morning, Honorable Evans KAPKEA.
Good morning.
It's afternoon. Thank you, I'm guided. First of all, I want to take this opportunity to congratulate you. Reaching or catching the eyes of His Excellency Governor Dr. Jonathan B. to deputize him. It is the intervention of the Almighty God. Honorable KAPKEA, remember my words when you joined this assembly. If you can vividly remember, it is coming to truth. And I want to go straight to my questions, as 4 of them. 1, Honorable Evans KAPKEA, you are the elected MCA of Temberio Ward, whom you respect much, I know. And you know that currently the IEBC is not fully constituted, meaning that we are not expecting maybe by-election when you get this spot, meaning that Temberio Ward will not be having an elected MCA. What insight can you give over the same? Because I know the people of Temberio were in your heart so dearly. I know that. What can you say? 2, you are the chair in this honorable house, an able chair of the trade committee. And you know very well that before you, there was a petition by the traders over the escalation of the trade license and the like. And you have left this house before you concluded this matter. If you assume the office of the deputy governor, how will you advise the county executive or the governor on matter relation to the traders and the people doing business, because they are the backbone of the economy of this great city? As you know, we are the newly crowned city in Kenya, that is Eldoret City. What will be your advice to His Excellency Dr. Jonathan B on matters business within Eldoret town and its environment? 3, Nominee Honorable Evans KAPKEA, you know that you are entering into a shoe of a man who was an engineer and a technocrat, who is outgoing. And the first task he tried handling was the issue of the, in quotes, Finland saga about the higher education. What is your take? Because it was an issue that was meant to uplift the livelihood of our fellow youth or of our fellow Kenyans from Uasin Gishu County, but because of mishandling, we are where we are. What can you say about the program and how can you advise the county government? 3 or 4, you have been working here as a honorable member representing Temberio, and it is within your knowledge how or where we could have rated ourselves between the relationship between the executive and the county assembly, and between the executive themselves that you are joining, the relationship between the CCMs and the COs. Being an elected member, there are things that you are seeing when you are seated this side. Now you are crossing over to the other side. What can you say all this about the relationship between the 2 arms of government, that is the county assembly and the executive, and between your colleague, the colleague that you are in the executive, that is the CCMs and the COs, vis-a-vis even how they respect their employee, that is His Excellency Governor Jonathan B. And finally, you are indeed a Gen Z. And this has been the problem that as a country we are just coming from. What is your take? What hope are you speaking to the Gen Zs or Gen Z across the country, Kenya, that now you are 35 years old, and here, if we approve you, you are going to be the deputy governor of Uasin Gishu County? What hope are you going to give to the Gen Zs of this nation? Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you so much. I think maybe the last question you will combine with what Honorable Samuel said. Maybe I'll give to Honorable Gilbert, then you will answer those questions first. Okay. Honorable Gilbert.
Thank you, Chair. I would like also to join my colleagues for congratulating Honorable KAPKEA for the appointment of being the deputy governor if approved by this house. I would like to ask a question to the honorable nominee that we are operating in a 2010 constitution that was passed in 2010 and it came to operational in 2013. We have functions that were devolved from the national government to the county government. I would like to know, I know that all of us, we are here as a result of the 2010 constitution. Our nominee can tell us how many functions were devolved from the from the national government to the county government. The second one, the role of DG, as you have said, you become the principal assistant to the governor, and bearing in mind that what you are supposed to do is the assignment that the governor will assign to you. Now you are a politician. Sometimes maybe a governor does not assign you some responsibilities, and as a politician you may not be well to just sit around without doing some politics. How will you balance the issues of politics, public service, and national government policies and politics? As we know that we have governors who are not now stable due to the politics that comes from their deputies. Lastly, you were the chair of the Committee of Trade in this county assembly. You know the challenges that our traders were going through. You know the challenges that our hawkers were going through for the last 2 years, especially the West Market. In some point, there were shops that got banned, and up to today, nothing has been done. And you are championing on how to assist these hawkers and the traders in this county. Now, if given a chance to cross to the other side of implementers, will these hawkers and traders get that support that you are trying to issue to them? Also, we have lock-up shops that are within some streets in this town, especially this side of library and KVDA, that up to today, the funds of this county were used and the lock-up shops are not used by the traders. You have crossed to the other side of implementation. What will be your position over the same? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Maybe I can give you opportunity to respond to those questions.
Thank you, Chair. Let me appreciate the questions from the three honorable members. I'll start from honorable member from South Ward, Honorable Chipulei, on the issues of performance contract. Like what I started, like I had said earlier, that my role is limited, and I stated it clearly, that I cannot appoint or nominate or dismiss. But I will give my advisory and my genuine advisory to the governor on the issues of performance contract. And it must trickle down from the national government to the county government. For us to achieve, for us to deliver services to the wananchi, we must have our, those who are in the executive side, those who are supposed to execute, to have this, to sign the performance contract. And my advice will be to my governor, is now that we are halfway, the 5-year term, I prefer that we have a performance contract of 1 year. so that at least after every financial year, we will all of us gauge that we were given the responsibility as the CCM member in a department, and you've not delivered on the budget, or you've not implemented any program in your department, then you'll be questionable to the residents of Uasin-Gishu, to the governor, and to the representatives of the people, because we don't have a laxity or the reason why. As the CCM member, you don't deliver, and yet in your department you have a chief officer, you have a director, you have a deputy director. For instance, the Department of Agriculture, for example, you still have a sub-county director of agriculture, you have ward agricultural officer, like a list of almost 7 people whom you are supposed to implement only 3 programs or 5 programs, but you don't implement. So my advice, I will advise the governor to make sure that the CCM or those who are responsible in every department sign a performance contract of 1 year, so that we review. After every 1 year, we review as per that financial year, and maybe the programs that were rolled over from the previous financial year, so that we don't go to another financial year, yet we've not implemented anything that was in the current one and the previous ones that were rolled over to the next financial year. So I will give my advisory to my boss on a 1 year performance contract, and that one I believe the boss will. I am praying that my governor will support, and we also have to streamline the public service. Those are the ones who are supposed to implement all the programs. For us to succeed, we must have a vibrant and active public service in our county. And before we make them sign performance contract, what is very important is also we start by giving them a good working environment. Because sometimes maybe you are punishing someone, and yet the working environment was not good for him or her to implement the programs or to do his or her work. So what we are supposed to do, my strategy, and after consulting the governor, is to make sure that we sit with all departments, try to find all the challenges, and try to solve all those challenges in a way of providing them a good working environment. So that now, when they sign the performance contract, they will not have any excuse as to why they didn't perform. Combining a question of youth from Honorable Member for Kapsa's Ward and the Senior Honorable Member from Langas Ward, I said clearly that I'm in that category of youth, and I understand the challenges that the youth are going through, and I committed myself that if given this opportunity, I will focus myself on the issues of youth empowerment, on the issues of trying to, meet with the youth from different wards or all the 30 wards of Uasin-Gishu County, in trying to listen to them and see the best programs that we can implement in ensuring that we are supporting the youth. And I believe that what they did in the 2 months ago, that one for me, I will say, despite some of the issues that came out of that demonstration, but they were right. They were demonstrating, they were asking for their rights, they've gone to school, they have certificates, some have diplomas, some have degrees, some have diplomas, but they've not secured any job, and there is no any other program to empower them. And I am very sure that now that the president led by example, by meeting the youth, by having them in the exit space and also having conferences with the youth, even the county governments or the county government of Uasin-Gishu, we should also do the same in listening them and trying to find solutions to all the problems they are going through. And we will also we'll still request the representatives of the people to also support us and find the best programs that we can implement as Uasin-Gishu County. And I will not reinvent the wheel. I will not say I will start new things, but we'll try as much as possible to implement the already programs that are there, like Kasi Mashinani. That one we will try. I will advise the governor so that we can do the program on Kasim Tani. And also the Department of Youth. Now that we have all the professionals in that department, we have the technocrats. I will immediately that you confirm my nomination, I will also request the governor or consult with the governor to allow me to sit with the Department of the Youth and ensure that we task them to come with good programs that will help our youth and women. Because we are focusing on the youth, but the people whom we are also supposed to focus are the women. The women are going through. They are going through a lot of the things, especially that there are a group of people that they realized that women are the vulnerable. They need money, they need loans to feed their families, and they give them loans with the highest, the loan rates, almost 20%. But as the county government, it is not good for us to leave business to the lending institutions. We can do that as the county government and come up with a good program and set aside resources that can be given to women groups with the low interest rate, and it will help them. And they will, I know women, they can do a lot. If you give a woman 10,000, that one within 3 or 5 months, or even within a year, doing the banking, they will grow 10,000 to almost 30,000 or 40,000. So that one, I'm saying that I will consult with my governor if confirmed by this committee, and sit with the Department of Gender, Department of Youth and Youth Affairs, so that they come up with good programs that can help our youth. As the MCA of Tembelia Ward, I know the IBC is not there, and I respect.
Maybe I think Honorable Samuel also mentioned about the issue of the agencies who are talking about the transparency and accountability both in the county government level and the national level. Maybe you can say something on that one. If confirmed, what are you doing as a deputy governor on the issues that Gen Z talk about, on the issues of accountability and transparency, especially maybe the workforce, the employees, and anything else that pertains to the county government?
Thank you. On the issues of transparency, I know that all of us, we are aware that the Gen Zs did a very serious demonstration with very serious demands, that all of us as leaders, we are aware of those demands. And I also believe that all the leaders, you cannot do anything without involving the Gen Zs. All the way from the president, as I said, president has led by example. All the way to governors, the members of parliament, even as the deputy governors, even the members of county assembly, all of us, you cannot do anything without having the Gen Zs in your table, or the programs of them in your table, or how you can improve their lives. Otherwise, the phrase that utatembelewa will be there, and he will. Joining the executive, like I said, we will consult, we will work as a team, and we will also do our work on a very transparent way. I will encourage that we do all that we are going to do as the executive, we do it in a very transparent way, in a very open way, in a very accountable way, so that at least they are also aware. Otherwise, what we are supposed to do is the civic education. Was the civic education to all of them. We're supposed to meet them. We are supposed to listen to the Gen Zs, and we also give part of the other side, so that they also understand on how the government do their operations, on the limited resources that the government has, and they cannot implement all the programs at once, on the procedures, on the implementations of the programs. Because sometimes they say that we are not being awarded the tenders, the 30%, and they can accuse the executive, and at the same time, they can accuse even the MCAs that the way you are doing, you are awarding tenders, it is not open, it is not transparent. Yet, we have procurement procedures that will follow. Yet, we are supposed to do civic education and tell them that they are also supposed to register to have companies so that they can apply for those jobs. Otherwise, you will be accused for something that we've not done, that the 30% is not there. In a very transparent way is also, even all the contracts that are going on in county, I believe, they are also meeting the 30%. The 30% to the youth, to the women, to the vulnerable or the PWD. But they are we've not made them understand, or we've not been open to them and tell them that we have all the companies here that are for youth, companies that are for PWD, and companies that are for women. So what we are supposed to do in my meeting the youth, like I say, that I'll try as much as possible to meet the youth in all the wards of Uasin-Gishu County. Those are the things that we are supposed to do, civic education. We are supposed to teach them. Otherwise, thank you. I believe I've responded to them, Chair. On being elected member of Tembelio Ward, that one I said I have a lot of honor to the residents of Tembelio. And I know that the IBC is not there. And I pray that the national government, through the office of the president, constitute the IBC as soon as possible. To give Tembelio, if you confirm me as the deputy governor, I'll pray that the national government constitute the IBC to give them chance to elect another member of the county assembly and to also enjoy the services as the residents of Uasin-Gishu. Otherwise, for now, I will for the respect that I have for the people of Tembelio, I'm assuring them that they will not be, I will still support the ward. There will not be that vacuum in the leadership of Tembelio ward, despite serving as the deputy governor. I'm the deputy governor of I will be the deputy governor of all the 30 wards, Tembelio being included. But because I am from Tembelio, I will also assist as much as possible to see that they are also implementing the programs. Not taking all the resources to Tembelio, but implementing the programs that are for Tembelio ward, especially the 40% programs. And if it is any other flagship, I will also make a follow-up to see that we are implementing, so that we don't finish the whole financial year because the MCA is not there. I've gone to the executive and the programs of Tembelio have not been implemented. So how I will assist them is only to implement what is for Tembelio ward, but not taking all the resources to Tembelio because of enjoying the privilege as the deputy governor. But I respect the people of Tembelio. I have a lot of honor to them, but I will continue supporting the programs of that Tembelio ward. There's a question from Honorable Muya on being the chair for trade, and I believe that question is the same as the question from Honorable member from Kiblombe, Gilbert, on the issues of traders and hawkers. We were in the process of listening to the petition from the hawkers. We had started as the committee, and we had reached somewhere. And I believe that I had a very strong team. In that committee, I had a very strong team, and I have the confidence that if you confirm me, they will continue doing the same, listening to that petition. But there was a program that we were also supposed to invite the executive, so that they come and give us their version on how to recognize the hawkers, on how to support the hawkers, and on how to give them space to also do their businesses. I will give my advisory to the department, the responsible department. We will sit with them so that when they are coming before the committee, we also have a version as the executive. So that one, but we cannot debate and say that we don't recognize the workers. They are there. Even if we lie ourselves that we don't encourage hawking, the workers are there. What we are supposed to do is to recognize them and see and balance between them doing their business and also order within the city, order within Eldoret town, now that it is becoming a city. So that one, I am very sure, through consultation, we will meet at somewhere in terms of your opinion and the opinion of hawkers, the opinion of executive. Our opinions will meet at somewhere, and we will agree. And we will agree and make sure that we are supporting hawkers, and we are also supporting traders. We were also handling the petition on the issues of licenses, which was in the finance bill. We had concluded as the committee, and the report is also there. But if you confirm me, I'm also leaving a very strong team. They will work with that report, and I'm very sure they will table the report before the House, and the other members will also discuss and they have their views. Otherwise, we had acknowledged, all of us, that on the finance bill, the licenses were high. We had invited the executive. We had discussed. It was brought. Some of them were brought by by mapping that we did on businesses, and some of the businesses were placed in a low level, yet they were supposed to be somewhere. When it comes to the finance bill, that one they did mapping, and it raised some of the licenses in our trading for our traders. We also, what raised the licenses were also the issues of consolidated bill. The consolidated bill in a way that before you are supposed to go to health, you are supposed to go to another department, but they consolidated as one, and did all in the service center. In the service center where we are giving out the licenses. But it is something that requires a discussion. It is something that requires that we sit down if you confirm me, as the executive, as the Department of Revenue and Department of License. Because if we shoot and make it high, we will be discouraging businesses. Sometimes you can make it low and encourage a lot of our people to do business. And now that Eldoret is also becoming a city, if we make licenses high, we will be...
I think...
oh, it is already a city. Let me apologize for that. Now that Eldoret is a city, it is high time that we encourage more investors to come to be in Eldoret city. And the only way to encourage is giving them good incentives. The only way to encourage our locals to do business is giving them good incentives, but not by raising licenses. But I know, now that we have, I said I'm joining a team of professionals. I know we have professionals there. We have technocrats there. We will sit down and get the advices and also do the best in supporting our people in doing business. There is also the issue of lockups. As the chair for trade, it was hard for me to handle the issues of lockups because I was not sure where that issue falls in which department. Sometimes it is in trade, sometimes elephant. So sitting down with them and discussing, I hope we will come up with a resolution and something that will see that those lockups are in use. So that one, I'll request that if you confirm me as the deputy governor, that is another one of the assignments that I will start with, so that we sort the issue of lockups once and for all. About the 2010 constitution on the devolved functions, I'm sure that 12 functions were devolved, or 11, to the county governments, but not all of them were devolved fully. If you look at agriculture, the policy is still in the national government. Even health, the policy is still in the national government. The issues of policy they can do, national government can do, and at the same time, county government can also do. On the agriculture, the policy the county government can also do, and even the national government can do the same. So I am learning is a process. Reach there. Those are some of the things that I will equip myself and know well all the functions that were devolved, but I know that the national government and the county government, they also work in collaboration. Whether the function were devolved or not, we also work in collaboration because we are serving the same residents. There was an issue that was the Finland saga, which were handled by His Excellency Engineer John Barorot. I was also privileged to serve in the ad hoc committee that we were also checking on that, on the Finland issue. The idea was very noble. The idea was good. The idea was also assisting our youth. And one of the, I said my focus will be on youth empowerment. And not empowering them is not just giving them money. You can also empower them by finding opportunities outside Kenya for our youth. And if we sit down as the executive or as the department and restructure, if we restructure that and securing opportunities for our youth in other countries, that I believe that will be a good idea. But we are supposed to sit down and make sure that we handle all the challenges that were in Finland saga. And I may not discuss that so much because it is something that is before the court, but I will give advice to the governor and even the department to have a retreat and see a way on how we can improve that and start a good program that is transparent, that is open and accountable. Otherwise, we cannot say that we cannot find opportunities for our youth as was in Kishu County. If you look at other counties, they are doing the same. Our neighboring counties like Elgeyo Marakwet, they're also taking youth to Finland, but the current governor in Elgeyo Marakwet has another program of taking youths to Canada, to America, to Australia, and even to Turkey. So if we sit down as the Department of Youth, because I will focus myself on that department so much, on how we can start a new program, a good one that is open to the parents, transparent and accountable to our students and their parents. So that one, it is something that we still have to relook at and start afresh and find opportunities for our youth. Because if we just look at it on a negative part, the 5 years will end or the 10 years will end, yet other counties are looking for opportunities, and as was in Kishu, we've sticked to the issue of Finland and now not starting other programs that can take also our youth to the overseas or to other countries. So that one, the idea was good, and we will still have to sit down and find a way that we can still do the same. There is another question that I'm the principal assistant to the governor, and if not given duties, you know, sometimes you don't, I'm joining a political office, and when you're joining a political office, it's not just good that you sit down and you wait for assignments. There are other programs that, like going to the ground, listening to the people, coming up with their issues and giving the advice to the governor. That is the best way to do this. But I will do all the duties that are assigned by me by the governor, but I will also assist the governor in meeting the electorates and finding their priorities and advising the governor on how we can implement the priorities that are raised by the residents of Wasingishu. And like I said, that I understand my roles well. Now that I understand my roles, it is a constitutional office. I'm not seeing the reason why I create conflict or unnecessary quarrels with the governor, the head of the executive, instead of supporting the governor. And already the duties are there. We have the 10 nguzo kumi for the governor. And there is agriculture, there is trade, there is and all of them. I can find also my duties from the nguzo kumi. And trying to visit some cooperatives, those are some of the roles that I can do, visiting women groups, visiting the youth groups, assisting the governor in visiting the health facilities. That is after. It is good if we are doing something in an open way, in a genuine manner, and you are informing the boss or the governor that I wanted to visit maybe Kesesa County Hospital and see how the operations are there. If it is genuine, the governor will not say, no, don't go to that place. You are not supposed to do this. I am very sure that if I become open and genuine, the governor will also support me and say, now go check this for me, and give me the report. If you do something in an open way and give the report to the governor, and give the report to the governor and find the solutions, those that I believe I will have supported the governor. I will have done my role as the principal assistant to the governor in supporting the programs of the manifesto, the governor's manifesto. So I believe I've responded to all the questions, unless Chair, on the issues of relationship. To be very genuine, I believe I have the confidence that the relationship is good. There is always disagreement. We always disagree to agree. And the disagreement between maybe the assembly and the executive or amongst the executive is only on service delivery, not on personal wrangles, but it is only on service delivery. But if we all of us perform our duties, if you all of us do what you are required to do, then we will not find any conflict. And because I know, we know the roles. We all of us, we know the roles of each other, and we are also supposed not to work independently. We are supposed to work together. I said the role of the county assembly, as all of us we know, it is in public domain, that it is oversight, it is legislation, and it is representation. So we cannot say that we cannot consult the county assembly, and yet we have that component of representation. They have the issues of the people in their heart. So the only, we are supposed to consult that we work on the priorities of the residents. Otherwise, if we say that the county, the roles of the county assembly, they are the three, or maybe the fourth one for appropriation, the roles of the executive is to implement, that without consulting, we will be implementing things that are not priorities in different wards. So consulting a member of county assembly from maybe Megon ward, we will have the priorities for Megon ward. We will have the priorities for Nganyelel ward that are different from the priorities of Tembelio ward. So having a consultation and working together, despite our roles, that one we will achieve, and our relationship will be good. So if there is anything that is contributing to relationship not being good, is only agreeing or only disagreeing to agree, or on our service delivery. Because I've worked in this county assembly for the last 2 years. It's the strongest one, it's the most vibrant one, and also it is a county assembly that have the issues of people in their hearts. So now that I'm crossing over to the executive, I believe I will play a very good role in ensuring that there is cordial relationship between the county assembly and the executive. But the cordial relationship should come up, will be there if we also serve the people. If we, like I said, if we honor the invitation, the Simons from the county assembly, if we implement the programs of the programs of our wards in time as the implementers of the programs, if we also make sure that we are providing quarterly reports, annual reports to the county assembly for them to do their oversight. Because if we don't provide quarterly reports, if the department does not provide a quarterly report, even the committee doing their job will be hard. It will be hard for the committee to execute their mandate. So the cordial relationship will be there now that I'm crossing, but without compromising the service delivery, without compromising the powers and privileges of the county assembly, without compromising on what we are supposed to do as the executive. Thank you.
Thank you, Nominee, for that. I will request Honorable Jonathan, then Leader of Majority, then Honorable Amos on that order. Then, yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and our Chair. I take this opportunity as well to congratulate our colleague, Honorable KAPKEA, for being nominated for the position of the Deputy Governor, Wazingishu County. I thank the Governor for believing in one of us, and we are here today. I've got only two concerns. Number one, as a leader, as an MCA, you had a team of supporters. When you got the position, when you were nominated by the Governor, the team increased, and you started by talking about the unemployment. Now you have a team of people with very high expectation. 1 or 2 or 3 will get an opportunity. Many will not get an opportunity. What will you do to them? To those who will not get that opportunity? And most of them, they know themselves. You've heard of some names sometimes in the social media. You've heard of the names like Parsuilayek. You've heard of others, that the Carnet group and the like. What will you do if there is a team of your supporters who will form a group and give themselves a name, a number first name, as the Deputy Governor? What will you do? And then number 2, my second concern, Honorable Chair, is a young Honorable KAPKEA, 35 years of age, graduated in the university, did not get an opportunity in a research institution, but was given an opportunity by the people. Assuming we give you this position, next year, a time like this, a foreign company, for any institution, a research firm, give you a very good opportunity and of 8 million salary per month. As the honorable deputy governor, and you are still that young and energetic, and you want to pursue your profession, what will you do? Tatuacha kwa mata ama itakuwa namna gani ama utafanya namna gani? And then lastly, honorable member mentioned about Tembelio, and Tembelio, we don't have IBC. Honorable Muya mentioned about that. We don't have IBC. You've clearly mentioned what you will do. Is there anything wrong, for instance, as the deputy governor of Wazingishu, to begin with Jerusalem, as you move to Judea and Samaria? Maybe something like that. You will expound on that. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Majority.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. Mine is, I have two issues. And first of all is to congratulate our colleague, Honorable KAPKEA. I know, Honorable KAPKEA, for the last 2 years you've been on this side vetting people, and now you're on that hot seat. I know how it feels, but nevertheless, we want to thank you. Now, my concerns have kind of been tackled as you answer the other ones, especially on the area of conflict of interest. I think you have tackled that one very well. The people of that you treasure so much, the people of Tembelio, and not taking all the resources there. That one I am well guided. Now, on the issue of the manifesto of this county government and this administration, you have told us that you very much would be willing to pursue the issue of youth. And we know that the interests of youth are diverse. And you have told us that you will listen to the youth. But perhaps I did not get clearly what concrete steps, when you go to that office, that you will take to be able to consider the interests of the youth. The other issue is, should this committee consider approving your nomination? You will be entering into uncharted waters. I know that that office is a very hot area of politics, and you will be meeting establishment in that office. You have people who have been there, you have people who may feel as you as an intruder, somebody who is coming from the other arm of government, and you will feel some hit. Now my question is, should the working relationship in that office feel so hot, would you consider coming back here to represent your people of Tembelio? The last one, Honorable Speaker, is the county government is a replica of the national government. And we know that your counterpart in the national government is the deputy president. The deputy president currently is the chair of IBEC, and that is the Intergovernmental Budget and Economic Council. As deputy governors, you do not have definite work to do. You have told us that you will be you are deputizing the governor in every functions that he has. However, would you consider, through the Council of Governors and through the forum of the deputy governors, to have through legislation, perhaps in the Senate, the like, to have a definite work to do, because we have seen the energy in you, we've seen the passion, so that you can assist the people of this county. Lastly, you have alluded that there's some unfinished business in your committee. I wish that even as you take up the role, should this committee approve you, to consider supporting the incoming chair and guiding, even to consider finishing the work that was not finished, despite the separation of powers that we have. Otherwise, we want to thank you so much. In terms of the relationship between the county, the two arms of government, I know you've explained very well, but that is an area that we really are following up very closely, because that will make sure that services are rendered to the people of this great county. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Maybe before you respond, I will give it to Honorable Amos, then you respond to those.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Speaker, who is also the session chair. First and foremost, allow me to join the rest of the colleagues to congratulate Honorable Evans KAPKEA for that consideration as a nominee for the Deputy Governor, and we wish you all the best. He also happens to be my schoolmate, and so we are members of alumni for the record purpose. Mr. Chair, I want to pose a straight question to the nominee. Being a nominee who was nominated under a unique circumstances, in that he is a member of this county assembly, and we have been riding on the same shoe, or putting on the same shoe, kindly outline at least the 3 areas that you are saying today, should this House consider my nomination, I will give first attention so that the county government of Uasin Gishu can be rated the best in terms of service delivery. And probably whether this practicable intervention that you will use or you will advise to be invested, so that we can be better placed in terms of development and also our image. And lastly, you are aware that normally members of county assembly and executive always have divergent views, opinions, approaches on a number of issues that you know very well. Kindly, can you highlight out what will be the practical approaches that you will use to ensure that there is harmonious coexistence between assembly and executive? Because the reason why I'm asking that is that you are one of us, and I still believe you are one of us. At least you understand each and every member, and we have a bit of worry that you might invest other projects that might not argue well with with honorable members, that you know how Hamus can be handled and ensure divide and rule. Kindly, can you outline out how will you approach the issues of solving the conflicts, because conflicts will be there. So I think those are the few questions that I have for the nominee. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. You can respond to those 3 questions from 3 members.
Thank you, Chair. And I'll start by responding to questions from Honorable Jonathan Ngetich, my neighbor, that is neighbor to Tembelia Ward. And I'll start with the first question on the team of supporters, maybe considering starting another group with a name that will work for the office of the Deputy Governor. And first, I will acknowledge that I have supporters, and maybe also after being nominated as Deputy Governor, the list of supporters have increased. I had supporters from Tembelia Ward only, but as we speak, I've put another list of supporters from different wards, even to wards from Tarbo, Soy, Kapseret, Keses, and the rest. And I acknowledge that. And it is good when you are dealing with politics, you have supporters, because that is what brought me to the office of the member of county assembly. But meeting them and being sincere and being very open on the operations of the government or the opportunities that are there. Maybe it is only 2 positions, and we have a list of 100 supporters, all of them wanting that position. But if you have 2 positions and you have 100 supporters and tell them that I have only 2 positions, let us agree. I believe they will not. Some may not agree with me, but a number of them will understand. So that the only way is to be sincere to them, and also the only way is to inform them on how the government or how we do the operations of the government. And finally, in maintaining that touch between me and the supporters and those who will be still joining me in supporting. And I believe the highest percentage of them, they were genuine supporters. They were supporting me without any demand. But in going forward, they also support you, and sometimes you also have to support them in achieving, not by using government money, not by forcing the opportunities for them, but on even talking to them and having a way forward on supporting them. Otherwise, they are, despite being my supporters, they're also my brothers and sisters. They need support from me. They need advice and the rest. But I know I'm joining a political office, and I know the political dynamics in that office. And there are some of the things that I am being sincere that I will do my best to see that I don't fall in that trap of having what I've also been in Uasin-Gishu County, and I've adding all those that you've said, even the names and the rest. And I know it has impacted negatively on service delivery. And joining the office, I will also try as much as possible to balance and see that those politics are not in that office. On passion, I had passion for leadership. And like I explained on my introduction, that I've been serving the humanity for a very long time. The reason why I considered taking this position, the deputy governor, is because I have that passion for leadership, and I'll still be practicing leadership. It's only that it is increasing. It is now not Tembele ward only. It is becoming 30 wards, and even to the extent of to the Republic of Kenya, because we are serving also the country. And that is the reason why I decided to take the position, because of the passion for leadership, and I'm still providing leadership. But in case another opportunity comes in, maybe after, but not for now, because I wanted to also exercise my passion for leadership, like I've done for the MCA seat, to also try and show my leadership, grow my leadership in the position of the deputy governor. It is not wrong for me to start with Tembele ward, or to serve the people of Tembele ward, because that is where I come from. But the law does not allow me. The law will not allow me, because the law is very clear. On the budgeting, the law is very clear. We have public participation. The residents are involved. We have the laws that governs the budgeting process. You cannot. I may take all the opportunities or all the resources of Tembele ward, but during public participation, the residents will not allow that. And we are not. For now, we are living in a society that they understand what the government is supposed to do for them. And also, now that even the budgeting process, the part of formulation, it is the executive, the part of appropriation, the part of approval, it is the county assembly. I'm very sure the team that I know, the county assembly that I know, they will not even allow, they will not even approve the budget or what will come to this house. If I take all the opportunities or all the employment opportunities or the development to the world of Tembele. So otherwise it is not, because all of us, we come from somewhere, it is not wrong, but the law will not allow me. My integrity and my profession will also not allow me to do that. But it is not, it's not wrong to be visiting unless I say I'll be visiting my Tembelia ward 10 times and visit KAPKEA 7 times, that one I can say I may do that because I'm going home in the evening. So I may visit Tembelia for 20 times, but visit Nganyelel 5 times. That one it will be understandable, but not on the issues of development. On youth empowerment, I said my focus will be on youth empowerment. And empowerment, like I said, I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm not starting new programs. But there are some of the programs that have impact if we implement as was in Kishu County. If another one is we will not employ all our youth. It is not possible. Even them, they understand that it is not possible. But if we do like something like civic education and encourage our youth to join businesses and support them in giving some money and requesting the governor, if you approve my nomination, that we allocate some money for youth empowerment for those who want to join the businesses, even if it is small amount, that is the startups, for them to join businesses. Some of them we are also supposed to encourage them that now the main economic activity for the residents of Uasin-Gishu is farming. If we can do agribusiness. But if we do agribusiness, is to encourage our youths to participate in joining agribusiness. The agribusiness that we are doing in Uasin-Gishu, they're only being done by the 40 years and above guys, but the 35 years and below, they don't. They are not in business. They are not in agribusinesses. They are not in fish farming. They are not in dairy farming. They are not in value addition crops like coffee. But we'll do as much as possible to encourage them to do the same. Another program, maybe, like I said, I will also encourage the county government to consider starting a program of Kasi Mtaani, and at least they will find something per month. And if that is another way of maybe giving them money through Kasi Mtaani and also encouraging them to do savings, then after that, after 1 year doing Kasi Mtaani for 1 year, they can now consider starting businesses or doing agriculture or small scale agriculture for business purposes. There is also an issue of, there are also policies from the national government, like on online jobs on digital platforms. There are issues from national government that they are now finding opportunities for youths through National Employment Authority. We are supposed also to do as much as possible to make sure that those information reach our youths in our different wards. So any good programs from the national policies, some of our youths, they are not aware of those policies. If you can ask even now, maybe some are not aware that there are opportunities from the national government in German or in other countries. So if we visit them, talk to them, share the opportunities to them, that is another way of empowering them and pushing them to take those opportunities. And also, if we consider digital platform as there was in Kishu County and have maybe 4 or 5 ICT centers, they will also do online jobs. Like in my ward, we had a youth empowerment center that has been there since 2010. But this year, the national government decided to equip that youth empowerment center. It is now working. Youths can do their online jobs, and it is real. I realized immediately it started in my ward. In fact, it is in my neighborhood, and it is encouraging. A lot of youths are now in doing online jobs, using the cyber to locate some of the opportunities for national, and it is helping. So if we consider, as I was in Kishu County, to support the national policies and also have our own in having one ICT center in every ward, it will take time, but if we start implementing, it will assist. We also understand that Eldoret is known as the home of champions, the athletes and the rest, but as the county government, they've not done a lot in ensuring they tap those talents, they support the upcoming athletes, and it is a city for champions. So it is also high time that I said we sit with the Department of the Youth and find programs that can support the talents. Programs that can, otherwise the governor has done a lot when it comes to Governor's Cup. It is there, it is working. When it comes to Sizibo, cultural activities, which is empowering our women. Governor's Cup is also empowering our youths. But another way that we are supposed to also consider is considering coming up with a marathon that will be for specifically was in Kishu County. That one will support our athletes and giving them good opportunity to show their talents. There is also the dynamics, the political dynamics in the office of the deputy governor, the politics in that office. Sometimes the heat may be very high, and from the leader of majority, you've asked the question of, in case that heat is high, will you consider coming back and serve the residents of as the MCA for Tembelia Ward? That one, I'm very sure that even the residents of Tembelia Ward will not allow me. Yeah, because what they are telling me is this is now an opportunity to grow and go for big things, not coming back and give opportunity to youth, women, and the rest to also showcase their leadership opportunities. So going back because of the heat or not managing the temperatures in that office, I will also be doing a lot of harm to myself because they will not even allow me. They were congratulating me. They said we are supporting you, but we are not expecting that you grow from the deputy governor and go for other big positions so that you continue serving us. So that one, I believe, I will not consider. On unfinished businesses in trade committee, like I said, I had a strong team. I believe they will have a strong chair for that committee, and they will consider prosecuting all the issues that we had, the petitions, the motions, the reports, but I will continue supporting them. And the way to support them is supporting them from the executive, supporting them in implementing those programs, supporting them in also finding ways of helping workers, recognizing them, giving them good working environment. So I will still support the programs that we had in our committee, but now from the executive arm of the government. On outlining 3 areas of, if confirmed, that I will work on from Honorable Hamos. I don't know if I got that question well, but I had said earlier that my focus will be on youth and women empowerment, and also working closely with the Department of Youth in finding programs that are of value. Because sometimes you can start a program that will not add value. Sometimes you can start a program that cannot even have impact to the impact will go to only 10 youths instead of 100 youths. So I will, my focus through the advice from the governor or through consultation with the governor to really work closely with the Department of Youth and Sports to find programs that are good. And also now that we know the economic, I'm also aware of the economic activity. The main economic activity for the residents of Uasin Gishu is agriculture. Even in Ngusokumi, agriculture is number 1. So the department that is supposed to be very vibrant, the department is supposed to be working day and night, is the Department of Agriculture. And coming up with programs that are supporting the farmers, programs that will support farmers, programs that will, make farmers get minimum returns. And the governor has done a lot in the Department of Agriculture, like even the issues of supporting livestock sector in terms of dips and the rest. That one is improving the milk production, and the department is supposed to still do more. And that is what we are supposed to sit down and discuss. Do more on improving milk production in our farmers, and also in supporting diversification. We acknowledge that our farmers, it took some time for them to agree with us on the issues of doing diversification. But nowadays, in my ward, we have a lot of farmers doing avocado farming, doing coffee farming, doing dairy farming. And now it is high time that we support them. Now that they have understood the idea and they are trying to implement, it's high time to also work with the Department of Agriculture to see that we support the farmers. So my focus mainly will be on youth and youth empowerment and women, agriculture, and I will work closely also with Department of Agriculture to come up with good programs, and also the cooperatives. We are encouraging farmers, we are encouraging youth, we are encouraging women to join cooperatives, to join SACCOs. But it is high time we also make them not only to join, but to support them in providing funds, support them in allocating funds. On divergent opinions, approach, and the rest.
Chair, the nominee say that he didn't get my question well, but he has tried to answer. I'm surprised that the nominee knows very well what are the key issues that are bedeviling this county of ours. He has never mentioned it on roads, so I thought he was going to mention that one as one of his areas of focus. You see, with youth, that was a national-wide problem. You see, it was not for Uasin-Gishu. Yes, you can do all that, and even you are aware yourself. You can facilitate farmers, you can do whatever you want to do the youth, but what enables all that to give us a good rating in terms of performance? You know, I'm asking that, Chair, because the outgoing governor, when he took over office, he said the issue of breakdowns of machinery will be something of the past. So I was somehow expecting a specific pronouncement from the nominee, maybe on another department. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe you can respond to.
Thank you, Chair. I said that we are supporting farmers in ensuring that they also have value for, you know, we also support them in ensuring that they get maximum. But another way of supporting farmers is having good road network. Even in my, if today you go to Tembelia ward, my focus was on roads. And I did a lot. The residents of Tembelia, they appreciate that through county government money, and also through the national government in supporting them, so that at least we have good road network. And that one, it is not something that we have to debate. We are supposed to have good road networks. It is our responsibility as the county government. It is the responsibility of all the leaders. But it is something I will support them. I will support that. I will take it on a very serious note, and make sure that I also advise the department. I also advise the governor in ensuring that we support roads, improving our roads. In fact, I've served as the MCA. I'm still serving as the MCA. If there's something that was part of discussion in all the WhatsApp groups for the last 2 months, is the roads, because of the heavy rains that we experienced as the county, as was in Kishu. And that one, it will be our responsibility, and I will support the idea from the honorable member, and I will do all I can to ensure that I advise the governor and the Department of Roads to improve the road network. So that one, I'm taking it positive from the honorable member, and I will do that.
Thank you. So you are tying up the issue of supporting farmers
and improving our roads. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
On the issue of divergent opinion and approach and the rest, it is not something that we will not run away from consulting. We will not run away from working as a team. We will not run away in having the opinions of respecting the opinions of each and every member, and trying as much as possible on how you can implement that. Otherwise, we cannot say that it will be a monopoly of idea without consulting. Because I can have a different opinion, another one has different opinion, but if we sit down and discuss and consult and work as a team, we will agree and find one solution for all these issues. Otherwise, all these offices that we are holding are constitutional offices. Even the county assemblies are constitutional offices that we are supposed to respect as much as possible. Even the office of the governor is a constitutional office with clear mandates. But despite having clear mandates, you cannot escape from working with another one. You cannot escape from, you cannot say that you work alone and respect your mandate and now neglect the mandate of another person. So that one, the cure for all those divergent opinions and approaches is a consultation, respecting each other, and also respecting the mandate of everyone, and trying as much as possible to work as a team. I believe, Chair, I've responded to all. Yes. To all the questions. There's only one from Leader of Majority, and that one requires on legislation or having an economic a forum for deputy governors on the legislation, or encouraging or requesting the Senate to come up with a legislation on clear roles. The roles are very clear. It is there in the County Government Act. If there is any amendment, so I'll not come up with amendment as a alone, but that one requires time. If it will be that caucus for deputy governors where we sit down and discuss as a team, if you consider confirming my nomination. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. I think I will have last round of the members of the appointment. Then I will give to other honorable members. I'll give to Honorable Nathan, then to Honorable David Keitany, then to Mercy Chepkurui, and then we will have finished the lap of the appointment members. Then I will be open to other honorable members. So, Honorable Nathan.
Thank you, Chair. I also take this opportunity to congratulate Honorable KAPKEA for your appointment. My question, Chair, is we have seen there has been wrangles between the offices of the governor and the deputy governor in various counties in our country. For instance, in last term, we saw in Nairobi, one Polycarp Ikade resigned as the DG. Chair, I would like to ask from your views, few Honorable DG nominee, what might be the cause of these wrangles, and what will you do to address such a matter if it arises? Number two, we have had also challenges in terms of the youths with these overseas agencies. We have had the residents of Wazingishu, they have been suffering apart from the Finland Saka and the First Choice. There are still some other agencies that they are taking money from our residents, and our youths are so disparate. How will you address this issue when you assume office? And lastly, how do you intend to balance politics, public service, and national government policies and politics? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable David Keitany.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. First of all, I want to take this opportunity to congratulate our DG nominee, Honorable KAPKEA. Honorable Speaker, who is also our chair today, I think I will not have many questions now that you all understand that the nominee comes from Moipen sub-county. And being from my pen, of course, I will be praying that it becomes our third DG. But still, because I have to play my role as an honorable member, especially a member of this committee, I have to ask one or two questions. But before I continue, Honorable Chair, first of all, I want to pass a message of congratulations from youths from my ward, and that is the youth members of KAPKEA youth group. I was with them on Sunday, and they told me to pass the message to Honorable KAPKEA. They are from Serkoit ward in Tuken Estate. And I want to thank also the nominee, because he has said that he's going to do something with the youth. And now that KAPKEA youth group, I hope our nominee will start from Serkoit ward by visiting this group, because I was told to pass the message of invitation to the nominee. So welcome our nominee. Honorable Chair, I think I was to ask you on the issues of roads, but the nominee has already answered that, because that one I know very well, that even the nominee knows. We used to fight to get the machineries, but he has answered well. It's only that I just wanted to know from him what he's going to do so that we get fairness when it comes to sharing of machines. I'm saying that because most of the time we used to be with him visiting the department to get the machineries, and it was not that easy. Another issue, Honorable Chair, is the issues of employment, especially the issues of casuals. I don't know, Honorable Nominee, Honorable KAPKEA, I don't know what you will do so that we get fairness when it comes to the issues of employment. And I want to share this to Honorable Nominee, the latest one, that I was surprised to see, Honorable Chair, the one that the recent casuals, which was done by the county. We have seen the list, and there is a ward which got 15 casuals out of 120 during the recent preparations of confirming of Eldoret City. I'm just giving one, but out of that, we have around 4 wards with no casual. So I don't know when you become the our next deputy governor, what will you do on that? Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. I think, Nominee, for the guidance of this House, you don't have to answer the last question, because it's not yet discussed in the House and has not passed by the House, so you can ignore that one for now. Honorable Mercy.
Thank you, Chair. Please allow me to also congratulate the nominee. As a resident of Tembelio Ward, as a woman, I am very happy that he is well conversed with the issues of the Gen Z, me being one, and also the women. I just received a message from one of the electorates of the larger Uasin Gishu County, who has noted that you're well equipped when it comes to women and youth. So I promise you that we will hold you accountable when it comes to the services of the women and the youth of this country, because they're the biggest drivers of the economy. My question would just be, I would like you to rate yourself in terms of your decision-making skills, 1 being the least and 10 being the highest. Where do you rate yourselves when it comes to decision-making? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much. I think you can respond to those questions, then we go to the last set of questions. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll start with a question from Honorable Member for Segero Barsombe, Honorable Malamoj, on the wrangles between the Office of the Governor and the Office of Deputy Governor. Like I said earlier, that the two are the constitutional offices with well-stipulated functions. I know my functions as the Deputy Governor, if confirmed, and there are also the functions in the Office of the Governor that I cannot do as the Deputy Governor. But otherwise, I will be the principal assistant to the Deputy Assistant to the Principal Assistant to the Governor, but with well-stipulated functions. And that one, first, because I respect the constitutional office, then I will not create any conflict. And also, to be very sincere, Chair, I'm aware of the 48 laws of powers. That's you cannot. I'm supposed to respect that the head of the executive is the governor, and I'm the deputy head of the executive. And you cannot outshine your master. You are supposed to play loyalty, but loyalty does not mean you compromise on your values. I will still advise my governor. I will advise my boss on what is right. I will be listening to the governor and discuss. I will also, and I'm very sure the governor that we have, who gave me this opportunity, is someone that listens, someone that respects, someone that encourages consultation. If the governor can work with the CCM, can work with the director, can work with even the staff, even the enforcement officers, all the way to those ones in our health centers. Now I'm also sure that he's going to work with me as his deputy, and he will also promote the consultation part. And also the governor wants service delivery. Also the governor wants teamwork, and I will also subscribe myself to those values. Otherwise, loyalty is very important, but not compromising what I believe in, not compromising my personal values, not compromising my professionalism and integrity. And I will be advising the governor in most of the time that I find that. But what is very important is supporting the governor in service delivery and in working for the residents of Uasin Gishu County, and in also achieving the Nguso Kumi manifesto of the governor. And I will be going through, I have the idea, I know about the Nguso Kumi, I know all the Ngusos, but I will make sure that in the next 1 or 2 months, I'm very conversant about the Nguso Kumi, on what they have achieved, on what we want to achieve, on what, and also on where we want to take Uasin Gishu County to. So those are if I respect the office, if I do my work, if I support the governor, then I'm very sure that we'll be avoiding rankles and conflicts. I'm aware of what is going on in Uasin Gishu, especially on the issues of offices, on the issues of conning parents, that there's a group that wants to take the children to outside, maybe to Canada and the rest. And I'm also aware, because I'm a leader in Uasin Gishu County, on what is going on in Uasin Gishu, especially on the issues of conning people money. I'm also aware of the crackdown that is going on in Uasin Gishu County, and the culprits have been some of the culprits have been found, and the crackdown, I know it is still going on, and that one will be working closely with the security agencies in Eldoret, in Uasin Gishu, and also working closely with all the other agencies in the national government in ensuring that we fight the issue of conmanship in Eldoret town and on targeting the youths and their parents. And that one, if we work as a team, if the Department of Giving Out Licenses, the Department of License, ensure that before they give license to all these agencies, they ensure to know specifically what they are doing, and whether if they have the license from National Employment Authority. That one will avoid all the issues. Otherwise, we'll also have to tell our people. We'll also have to do civic education. In our barasas, in our one-to-one with the residents, we're also supposed to teach to do civic education to our residents, that there is a group of people that are that are coming to Eldoret town. They have known that in Eldoret, our parents, they have that passion of taking students to outside Kenya, Australia, and Canada, and that is what is encouraging them to come to Eldoret and siphon money from them, because they know our parents, they have that urge and they have that passion of finding the best for their children. But there's a group of people who is looking at it in another different perception. So that one, we will work as a team, as the executive and the national government agencies, to make sure that we fight what is going on in Eldoret town. On youth groups, on Honorable David Shah, I'm receiving the congratulatory messages from the group, and I do appreciate. And now that they're also residents of Uasin Gishu County, they also deserve the services. I will also consider visiting that group, whether being the first one or the second or the third, but I will consider visiting them because they are residents of Uasin Gishu. They deserve the services, and it is also one of my focus to know all these groups, the activity that they are doing, on how, and also on how we can support them. On the issues of sharing of machines, I've been serving in this house. I have known all the challenges, and my agenda, my strategy will also sitting with the Department of Roads, visiting the yard where we have the machineries, identifying and knowing the machines that they are working and the machines that they don't work, and also knowing on how they are doing their sharing of machines, and advising the governor on things that we are supposed to implement as the executive to ensure that we have equitable sharing of these resources, whether machines for roads and machines for water, and any other machine that we have as was in Kishu County. So that one, I will sit, if you confirm me, I'll sit first with governor, discuss with governor on the issues of machineries, on the issues of roads, on the priorities, that we must consider roads as priorities, and now request to sit with the Department of Roads and report back to the governor, and now we can chart the way forward with the governor on how we are going to improve that. Thank you, Chair, for protecting me on responding to that question of casuals, because I was not aware, and I thank you for that. But on employment fairness, that one is also something that is very important that we are supposed to consider. And you know, employment is being done by the public service, with also our advice, but purely it is done by the public service. But also the ball stops at the county assembly as the oversight arm of government. The people who are supposed to ensure that the county government is working, or the county executive is working, there is fairness in employment, there is fairness in sharing of machines, there is fairness in resource allocation, is the county assembly. And I trust the county assembly, and I know it is a very strong one. And with the resolutions from the county assembly, what I can support the county assembly is by ensuring that the executive implements the resolutions of the county assembly. Thank you. Honorable Mercy, who is also the resident of Tembele Ward, rating myself on decision making, I'll rate myself at 8. But the remaining 2 is the consultation part. Thank you.
Thank you so much, the members of the appointment committee. I will just let me give an opportunity to other members, but let's stick to one question each, because we have a lot of honorable members. I will start with Honorable Natui, then I will go to Honorable Regina, then I will come to this side, Honorable Rende, the 3 of them first. Each of you to give one each. I'm sorry for, Honorable Natui has been raising his hand, I know. And I had put across that until we finish the appointment members, then I will give you an opportunity to ask some questions. So you can continue, Honorable Natui.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Mwenyekiti. Kwanza nataka niseme nashukuru sana kwa mteule gavana wetu ambaye ni Mheshimiwa KAPKEA. Mteule naibu gavana wetu. Naomba radhi. Kwa ajili ya nafasi ambayo umeweza kupata ili uweze kutufanyia kazi kama wakaaji wa jimbo la Uasin Gishu. Swali langu la kwanza ni kuwa, je, ulikuwa umejua utateuliwa? Wakati ambapo aliyekuwa naibu gavana Mheshimiwa Parurut alipo pata nafasi nyingine na kuondoka. Swali la pili ni je, ni kwa nini ulikubali kuwa naibu gavana wa jimbo letu la Uasin Gishu? Swali ya tatu pia ni je, kwa sababu ile wakati ulipopata nafasi ya kuwa mwakilishi wadi wa Tembelio, ulikula kiapo na kuambia wana Tembelio ya kwamba wewe utawafanyia kazi, utawakilisha na utawakilisha wao kwa vyovyote. Na kwa sasa wewe sasa umeweza kupata nafasi ya kuwa naibu gavana na umewajibikia. na kuna manifesto ambao ulikuwa umewaambia ya kwamba utawatekelezea hii na hii na hii na hii. Je, haitaonekana kama umefanya usaliti? Kwa sababu ile wakati haukuomba kuwa naibu wa gavana, lakini ulikuwa umeomba kuwa mwakilishi wadi. Alafu baadaye sasa umekubali kuwa naibu gavana. Swali nyingine nikimalizia.
Honorable Natu, nilikuwa nimesema uliza swali moja tu. Lakini maybe you can
lakini nafikiria ambaye nauliza yote haijaulizwa. Kwa sababu sijarudia.
Aendelee.
Kwa sababu na mheshimu mwenyekiti, wacha nimalizie hapo.
Honorable Regina.
Nominee, receive my heartfelt congratulatory message. Congratulations to your appointment, to your nomination. That's Honorable KAPKEA, while you are in this house, it was witnessed that at times we would see you aid one of the members who has special abilities. And this could be one of the reasons that God is helping you climb the ladder. My question is, if appointed to the position, if approved to the appointed position, you will definitely be serving in an office that's not accessible for the BWD community. What plans do you have now that we've learned that you are inclusive, you are accommodative? What will you do to help these persons access services in your office? And in answering the questions, it's only in one occasion that you've mentioned persons with disability. You have plans for women and youth. Allow me to believe that you also have plans for persons with disability. My question is, what plans generally do you have for persons with disability in Uasin Gishu to, one, feel included, break the barriers, and get employment, and accessibility, and feel like any other member of Uasin Gishu, and attain their 5 to 10% in employment? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honorable Randa.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. First of all, I want to congratulate my namesake, Honorable Evans Kipruto KAPKEA, because I'm also Kipruto. I must acknowledge that. First of all, I want to ask one question or two questions to Honorable Nominee, Honorable KAPKEA, that we always differ in ideologies, right? We were together here in assembly. We always chat, discussing about the Nguzo Kumi, and sometimes we differ. What can you do? And from the history, the deputies always are undermined in office. I learned on how President Ruto, now President, was undermined in the previous regime with President Uhuru. And from the sources, our DG was pressurized from the sources of social media and other informations that he was pressurized until he quit from the office. From that line of ideologies and quitting the office, what will you do if you change your mind and come up with a plan of vying for governor 2027? Because I believe in no man is limited in this world. Number two, Honorable KAPKEA, you are among us here in Assembly. And we always try to fix things in this county government to see how flagship projects is dispersed across the county. And you know, as I know, that the flagship project is dispersed in an imbalanced manner. What will you do if granted this position of a deputy governor in that way? Number three and last question is, we all know, just only one question, Chair, the last one. We all know the outgoing governor, who is our deputy governor, outgoing Barrow Road, was an ICT technocrat. And he assisted us and come up with a system called CCBO, which helped this county to collect our own source revenue to almost 1.4 billion, the money we have never collected since. How will your course of analytical chemistry assist this county to boost to the next level? Thank you.
Thank you. We will go to Honorable Whip, then Honorable Evelyn, then Honorable Kebene. Then from there we can have another lot. I will give you every one of you will have an opportunity. Okay, thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. First, let me congratulate nominee, Honorable Evans KAPKEA, for being appointed a nominee for the deputy governor position. I have one question or two. One is that between county governments and national government, there are some programs which has been taken back by national government, maybe because the counties could not manage it well. And I want you to give members of the public the confidence that some programs like the road maintenance levy fund was taken back, whereby the county now faces a lot of challenges on roads, that some allocations may not even do well because of the heavy works that is awaiting in our roads. So I want you to really give us what will you do to advise His Excellency the Governor and the county government of Uasin Gishu that the county have to run their own affairs without also intervened by the national government. On the other hand, also a question that has been also asked is about how are you going to streamline the revenue collection, because now that we find in our county at times the systems fails and we find ourselves in a very bad situation whereby we may not collect enough revenue, and we find that that one allows our members of staff to be, when we consider that we have shortages of staff, and what determines more that we need some more staff is the revenue collection. So my question is that how are you going to do to see that we collect revenue, despite that, like yesterday, we find that the system really failed, and the members of the public could not access paying their packs, their car packs. So that is my question, Honorable Chair, to the nominee. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Evelyn.
Thank you, Chair. First of all, let me take this opportunity to congratulate our nominee, Hon. Evans KAPKEA. Secondly, let me raise my concern. Having said that, your main core objective is service the delivery to the people of Uasin Gishu County. What promise do you give to those people of Uasin Gishu County in terms of service delivery and linkages? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Kebene.
Thank you, Chair. And also, I want to join my colleagues to congratulate Honorable KAPKEA. Let me just go direct to issues to do with ICT. Number one, your predecessor had a vision or a dream of the county government of Uasin Gishu to have a call center. Unfortunately, he left without that call center functioning. And finally, we do have ICT digital hubs in Simant Kapsaret. We do have one in Karona Maibeki, and we have another one in Unifa. Let me use the three as an example, but when you visit them, they are underutilized by the youth. The age favoring you, how are you going to ensure that the youth utilizes these facilities that from the county government of Uasin Gishu? Probably, as you are doing your presentation there, you spoke about National Employment Authority. How are you going to use the opportunities that we have for them to go to this to those hubs, a digital hub, and try to find for probably overseas jobs and other things, probably research papers, and also getting digital money that is there by your age favoring the youth, because they'll feel like you're closer to them than anybody else who is older. How are you going to implement using the office that you're going to occupy?
Thank you. Maybe you can respond to those questions, Honorable.
Thank you. I'll start by responding to questions from Honorable Natui. And I believe you'll allow me to respond in English, because you had raised the questions in using Kiswahili. That were you aware that you're going to be given the position of deputy governor? I want to say it also caught me on. It also surprised me. But what surprised me, like I said, is being given the position of deputy governor, but not the office itself, and even delivering in that office or performing in that office. What I was only aware was that is from the ESA and from the social media and from other sources of information, is that the position of deputy governor may go to Moiben ward, Moiben sub-county, and for Tembelia ward, it was somehow 70% that it will go to Tembelia ward, and I was also praying. And there were also very big names that were being fronted from Tembelia ward. So I was in the list. I was among those who were being fronted, but I was also praying, and I was also closing my fingers so that maybe the eye of the governor catches me. So I was also surprised, but immediately I was given that position. I took it positive. I took the oath of office that I will serve the residents of Tembelia ward. That one I acknowledge, to serve them as the MCA, but I'm still now serving the people of Tembelia as the deputy governor. If the position was outside Uasin Gishu or in any government parastatal, I want to assure you, I will not have taken that position. But now I was only given the position of deputy governor, which for Uasin Gishu County, which Tembelia ward is part of Uasin Gishu County. So I want to assure the residents of Tembelia ward that I've just been given the position of deputy governor, but I will still continue. I will serve the people of Tembelia as the deputy governor the same way I will serve the residents of the other 29 wards of Uasin Gishu County. So I don't feel like I've disappointed them. They also took that position in a very positive way. They also appreciated that now we are getting another deputy governor from Tembelia ward, and we are also getting another opportunity to give someone to serve us. So they took the position positively. I have gotten a lot of congratulatory messages from residents of Tembelia ward. I know they are also following this one. They are very positive. They are eagerly waiting for and praying that the county assembly of Uasin Gishu consider confirming the MCA as the deputy governor of Uasin Gishu County. So I don't feel like I've disappointed them. I feel like I've done something good for them, that I did good in serving them as MCA until the governor saw fit to give me the position to serve as the deputy governor. Otherwise, the governor had an opportunity to choose from 700 voters of was in Kishu County. So they are supposed to take it positive and thank God that out of the 700, the governor picked their MCA and left out 699,000 and what residents of was in Kishu. I accepted the position because I have the passion for leadership. I knew this one will give me another opportunity to grow as a leader. And you had even started by recognizing me as the governor, which you corrected. But I pray God to fulfill that, maybe to fulfill what you have anticipated, maybe after the governor, after serving for 10 years, God to fulfill that, your prayers, and answer the prayers and give me the opportunity to also serve the residents of Uasin-Gishu as their governor. But for now, I will support, I will work closely, and I'll support the governor in delivering the manifesto, the Ngusokumi manifesto. From Honorable Regina, maybe I would request that you forgive me for not being very specific and saying PWD, but I know they are part of the youth and part of women. So they're also part of youth and part of women. So I mentioned youth as general name, but they also included PWD members who are youth. And I mentioned women in general. They also included PWD members who are women. So I will not, I will support them. I will ensure inclusivity. I was once among the vulnerable members in the community, and that the government used to pay us some money, 2,000 monthly to the family. So I know I'm supposed to support the vulnerable members in the community because I understand what they are going through. The PWD, the rest, the vulnerable, I know the challenges they are going through, and it will be my focus to ensure that I'm supporting them and feel for what they are going through and make them feel that they are very inclusive. Or now to support them in ensuring that they also get employment. The law is also very clear that 5% to 10% is supposed to be for PWD, and to support them is by making sure that the public service are responsible, the public service are doing their due diligence, and ensuring that in any employment, 5% goes to the PWD. So I will support in that without interfering with their responsibilities, but because at the end of the day, we will also check on how they have shared. I will ensure that they are giving 5% to PWD. Same way on 30% tenders and opportunities in the AKPO, in ensuring that they are also getting their share. Because they are part of the Uasin-Gishu, they are part of us, they are our brothers and sisters. So don't feel, get assurance that I will support them. Mheshimiwa, the office is not accessible. Maybe as we work on ensuring that we provide accessibility to that office, there's another way of maybe when they come to the headquarters, there's the county hall or the town hall, we will also make sure that our role is to serve the people. So it will not take me, it will not hurt me to come all the way from my office and meet them in the town hall. So if a PWD or member of special abilities come to the office, it is service to humanity, I will consider meeting them in the place that is accessible to them. Otherwise, the long term is to advise the county government to ensure that they provide accessibility for persons with special abilities. But meeting them, that one counted done, whether in a town hall, whether in the town in the ground floor. That is, I'm assuring you that we will serve them. Thank you so much. Honorable member from Tapsagoi on undermining, this is a constitutional office, like I said, and the head of the executive is the governor, and I will be the deputy governor, deputy head of executive as provided by the law or the constitution, and also provided by County Government Act. And I will not go above the governor. And because I'm now the second one, no one will also come. They will also respect the office. Not respecting me as Honorable KAPKEA, but respecting the office of the Deputy Governor. and respecting the roles of that office. And now that I will be holding the office, they should also respect me as the holder of that office for this time. And also, I will also respect the CECM member as the holder of that office, the CEO, the director, the staff, and even the enforcement officer. So all these should be a way of respecting each other and doing what is provided by the law and doing the right thing. So that one, no one should not look at me as the young guy and trying to undermine the office, because you will not be undermining Honorable KAPKEA, you will be undermining the office of the Deputy Governor that is provided by the law, and it is there constitutional. So only that I'm the holder of that office for this time, you also respect the holder of that office, and I will, like I said, there are different opinions, we have all different opinions, but I was taught one time that if you put something, if you write E, somewhere there, someone who's on the other hand will look at it as E, another one will look at it as W, another one will look at it as 3. But at the end of the day, you will have to take the opinion of each and everyone and agree on one position. So consultation will be very important, teamwork will be very important, respect will be very important, and specifically, particularly, respect to the office, not respect even to the person. If you don't have respect to the person, now you should have respect to that office. On flagship project distribution, like I said, I'll do my best to advise the governor in ensuring that we distribute the flagship projects in an equitable way, not equally, equitable way. The reason why I'm saying an equitable way is because the flagship program is supposed to do other roles like sub-county hospitals, to do roles like sub-county offices, to do a lot of things within the city. So it may not be equally, but at least in a very equitable way, in a way that after meeting things like sub-county hospital and the rest, the remaining we share equally among the wards in Uasin Gishu County. So that one, I will be advising the governor. I served as the member for budget committee, and I got a lot of experience in that committee. The experience that I got in budget committee, I will use it also to advise the governor and to be checking the financial statements of Uasin Gishu County, or the budget allocations for Uasin Gishu County. Otherwise, I will applaud the governor for what he did when it comes to water programs, in dividing 15 or 11 million in every ward, allocating 15 million to each and every ward, or 11 million, it was between 11 to 15 million to every ward to go to water project. If we continue doing that, then we'll be doing surveys or justice to the residents of Uasin Gishu. So what the governor is doing now, it is good. I will only encourage the governor to continue doing the same. I will advise the governor to use the same formula that used in sharing the water, the resources in the Department of Water. Now that even in Tembelio, we have a project that is costing 11 million. In Kaptagat ward, we have a project that is costing 15 or 11 million. The same to the rest of 29 wards. So I will encourage that one to continue when it comes to flagship projects in the subsequent financial years. In streamlining from Honorable Kebene, I will still respond to Honorable
You have forgotten,
Majority Whip.
Honorable Nominee, you have forgotten one question about your course of analytical chemistry. What will you use that course to transform this county?
Thank you. Maybe the perception of most of the people is that analytical chemistry is not, maybe cannot assist me so much when it comes to leadership. But even in analytical chemistry, we were doing courses that touches management issues and the rest. There are some of the courses inside analytical chemistry. I have also, if you look at my CV, I've done a lot in serving the people. I will still use the same experience in delivering to the Uasin Gishu County. Number 2, this is also a teamwork. I'm not working alone for the Uasin Gishu County. We have experts, we have technocrats, we have professionals. Mine is to ensure in supporting them to deliver for the residents of Uasin Gishu. So I am very sure that the little experience that I've gained as the MCA for Tembele Award, the experience that I've gained from serving the community services I've done, it will assist me in delivering, in performing in the office of the Deputy Governor. On ICT, that the outgoing Deputy Governor was an ICT expert, and he had done a lot. He wanted to start a call center. Honorable Rende raised an issue that there is a feeling that the outgoing Deputy Governor was undermined, of which from the resignation press done by the Deputy Governor, the outgoing Deputy Governor, it was very clear that he got the greener pastures and he is going to serve this country in another capacity and in ICT. And it was very clear. There was an hearsay, but we confirmed, and we confirmed from those mouth that he got another opportunity he had prayed for, and we wished him all the best in serving that the country in that position. And I believe he still remains the resident of Uasin Gishu County. He still remains a leader in this county. He is a friend. He is also, we worked with him when he was serving as the Deputy Governor, was serving as the MCA. It will not cost me anything to make a call to him. We have a cup of coffee and discuss on the programs that he was having for the residents of Uasin Gishu, on the ideas of the call center, and maybe learning from him and consider implementing to the residents of Uasin Gishu County. So it is not something that we are serving in an island. I will still consult. I will call. I will be making calls. I will be getting ideas from the outgoing Deputy Governor as an expert in ICT, as a resident of Uasin Gishu County, and for all of you, for the benefit of all of you, is the age of my father. So I will also, as my father, as a senior resident, I am very sure that wherever he is, he will also consider making a call to me and advising me on or giving me the ideas that he wanted to be implemented in Uasin Gishu. Assuring the residents on service delivery and linkages, collaboration is very important. And as the chair for TRED, we achieved a lot. The executive achieved a lot through collaboration with the national government, collaboration with the private partners, and collaboration with stakeholders, that now we are having housing program in Uasin Gishu because of collaboration. We are having industrial park in Uasin Gishu because of collaboration. We are having export processing zone. We are having a modern, they are building a modern, ultra-modern market in 64, and they will also consider building Champions Market. So collaboration will make us achieve a lot. And I'm assuring the residents of Uasin Gishu that we will work in ensuring that we deliver services, and we also collaborate with the national government and other stakeholders so that we meet our priorities. And the same, I will combine the same question to the RMLF program that was being done by the county government before, and it has been taken back to the national government. I will advise my governor to consider it taking back to the COG, to the Council of Governors. And also there is this other forum that is being chaired by the Deputy President, which is known as, there is the name, IBEC. I will advise the governor to consider taking back the request through the two platforms and convincing the national government to allow us implement the RMLF program, because we are the ones who understand the need, the priorities, and the roads that are supposed to be done to serve the residents of Uasin Gishu, especially for us Uasin Gishu, whom we depend with the agricultural sector, and we need good road network. So that one, consider taking the advice to the governor, having a seat with the governor and discuss that. And I believe the person who is supposed to take that advice very well and take it to reach the president is the governor, through the COG and through the forum that is held by the Deputy President. streamlining the revenue collection. I was here when we invited the ICT department, and they said that there is a developer that is working on ensuring that the developer that is still working on the platform, the CCBO, there are still some works that is going on. I will go and make sure that we push so that the developer finishes it in time, so that we will increase our own source revenue, and increasing the own source revenue will improve the service delivery to the residents of Uasin Gishu. So I had them from the Department of ICT, and now that I'm crossing over, if you consider confirming me, then I will consider sitting down with the Department of ICT, the Department of Finance, and work on improving the CCBO platform of collecting our revenue. I believe, Chair, I've responded to all the questions to my best level, and unless there's a question that I've not responded to.
Thank you so much. We still have almost 15 minutes. I will give maybe Honorable Caroline Cheptanui, Honorable Tabitha, Honorable Goreti, Honorable Caroline Cherono, in that order. So kindly, 1 minute each or one question each, honorable members.
Thank you so much, Chair. First, I also want to echo what my colleagues have said. Congratulations, Honorable KAPKEA. And I just have one question, and I believe you've touched on it. You've touched on women. I just want to say thank you so much for remembering women, because in this county of ours, we have a women representative who is not there in action. She's not attending to women activities. She's not attending to women transformations, because that is her work as a women representative. We just see her from far. Even as honorable members who are seated here, we are just saying that we represent women, and we really don't have what to give to the women, because the person who is there to assist women is not seen. Thank you, Honorable KAPKEA, of touching on women.
Honorable Member, Honorable Caroline Cheptanui, let's stick to.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chair. Among what you've said, Honorable KAPKEA, on women empowerment, among the many things that you are going to do, just give us one on how you will deal with women, because you've said they are vulnerable, and that is true. We have single mothers, we have widows who needs to be attended to. Just give us at least one among the many that you have, so that I will find, when I come to your office, I'll have something to ask. Thank you so much, Honorable.
Thank you, Honorable Tabitha.
Thank you, Honorable Chair, for this opportunity. One, congratulations, Honorable KAPKEA, being nominated to represent the county of Uasin Gishu as the Deputy Governor. I'm so happy, I'm so proud of you. And as a person who is representing the youth, I have joined you in prayers that you get approved by this committee, because it is a win for us. My question goes, we have had, let me call it dominant in a way, department of youth affairs in this county. The part that we largely see them is on sports, but on the youth affairs, we don't see them largely. What is in your mind on or what are you planning to do so that the youths of this county feel represented, the youth of this county feel that one of them is there for them, and that things are going to work? One and last one, I have seen you speaking so passionately. A person who has a plan, a person who has an agenda, and I wish you all the best. But my question is, what if the system does not fit? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Caroline Chirona.
Thank you, Chair. In the 1 minute that you've given me, I would like to quickly congratulate Honorable KAPKEA for being deemed fit for the DG position by His Excellency the Governor. Secondly is to also congratulate him, even as I went through his documentation. One of the certificates that I found is the UDA nomination certificate, which was very hard to get, and he has kept it for the past 2 years and held the party's flag high. Thirdly, and the last one, Honorable Chair, is that I would like to confirm to you that the nominee before us is not new to me. In the 4 committees that he sat in, we shared 4 committees. So I have a good understanding of his strengths and his weaknesses. Of course, those that are open to us out here. And I would like to ask him how he's going to leverage on his weaknesses to deliver in that position as a deputy governor. Key among them, how are you going to use impatience as part of your personality in agitating for change? Secondly, how are you going to use your firmness in decision making to ensure that everyone's opinions and decisions, especially for the stakeholders that count, that it is inclusive and collaborative? Lastly, is how you are going to use your spontaneity in managing the transitional nature of politics and also public service. And won't it pose a challenge to you, considering the fact that you are getting into a place that is highly structured and is going to be guided by the legislative instruments that you earlier on highlighted? Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Gureja. Then we go to Honorable Kiru.
Thank you, Chair. First of all, may I also congratulate Honorable KAPKEA for being nominated to the position of Deputy Governor. Honorable KAPKEA, we thank God because once you were in this house and today you are going to the second arm of the government. My question is that you said you were in the budget committee, and looking at the budget and the budget process, how would you advise the governor on the actuals, mark the word actuals, of 40-60%, so that we can have service delivery and equitable distribution of resources, and also to achieve results within the shortest time? Second question, you said you dropped out of school because of the vulnerability you had and lack of school fees. We have so many learners who are currently out of schools because of the same. How would you still advise the governor on the amounts given to the bursaries in our wards to ensure that no child is left out of school? Thirdly and last, due to unemployment that you've said the youths are experiencing, I would not like to use the word GNCs, because we have the rightful word for our youths. If not in English, it should be vijana in Kiswahili and whichever vernacular language you would say. How would you ensure that our youths have hands-on in ensuring that our vocational training centers are equipped to ensure that our youths can get that opportunity and be able to receive the quality hands-on skills? How will you advise the governor on that? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Kiru.
Okay, thank you, Chair. Let me take this opportunity also to congratulate my colleague on that position which has been given. First and foremost, Honorable KAPKEA, we have served together. Most of it we have been serving in several committees with you. And I have been your mentor. I have trust in you that you are going to deliver. In this county of Uasin Gishu, we have challenge in several departments, as you have said. But I will only touch one department, which you have been with you in that committee, the Department of Health. As we are talking, mostly some of the health facilities have been closed down because of lack of health workers. And also most of our facilities, they don't have trucks. So, Honorable KAPKEA, I think when you cross the floor and join the other arm of government, you are going to consider that Uasin Gishu County people will get the best services ever, especially the health, which is very sensitive. It touches people's life. We have lost many lives because of poor services in our county. Thank you. I stop right there because of time. Thank you, Chair.
Maybe I can request one member so that you can respond. Honorable Thomas.
Thank you, Chair. First, I want to congratulate Honorable Evans KAPKEA. Congratulations for that position. Mine is not a question. Mine is a kind of request or advisory. Thank you, Honorable KAPKEA. You have actually expressed to the satisfaction that you were the best person to that position, linking the assembly and the executive. I would wish that most of us who are actually first-timers and members of this honorable house and even the seniors, in most cases, we will be calling you. And I want to say that you keep our contacts for this honorable house, because you will be the most accessible person in the executive. And I would request that you have a bright future, as you have expressed yourself, and I can see the future is very bright. Keep in touch, link us, we move forward, we change this county, and I believe you have all it takes to bring the necessary changes. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, your nominee, you can respond to those. Then we can have the last. Then we can have the last batch.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. I'll start by responding to questions from a question from Honorable Caroline Cheptonui on women empowerment, on how to support women. One of the programs that I can provide, or what I'm going to do, and I will focus on empowerment through 3 areas. The first one is they are the ones that we can support from the area of self-help groups. And that one, it is only that the resources are minimal. Otherwise, the best approach to empower women is through women groups, because that one carries only 12 to 15 members. And managing the resources, it is easier. Generating more from that what we've allocated is also easier. There's also through circles, and that one carries a very big number, and managing that, we will find a lot of management issues there, and also individually. Otherwise, the one that can work if resources are provided well is the self-help groups, because what has
maybe nominee, you can just be straight. I know you have taken a lot of time. Just be straight, and if there's some questions that you can combine, you can do so.
Thank you.
Yes.
So we have programs in Uasin Gishu County that is supposed to help women, which is the Inua Biashara, and even loans through the cooperatives. We will just have to streamline that and have a clear policy on how to support the women group. So there is a program. There are programs that it is all about streamlining and reaching the right target, because sometimes we can repeat one group for 5 times or give one person the whole money instead of giving 10 groups. Like for Inua Biashara, I will not support the idea of giving maybe 500,000 to one person instead of giving 100 to 5 groups. So that is how we will support them. We will streamline the sources or where we have the resources. On the issues of youth affairs department, I had promised, I had responded earlier that I will have a sitting. My focus will be on this department. We will sit as more times as possible. Because that is where we have the technical team, we have the experts. They are the ones who are supposed to do research to find the best programs that can help our youth, and also advise the governor or give us the way forward on what we are supposed to implement. So that one we will sit down, and I know the issue of system when it comes to service delivery. Even if there is system which I know it is not there, they are also, even if the system is there, their core mandate is also service delivery. So when we are working on service delivery, they will have to support that. From Honorable Caroline on the impatience, if it is something that we consulted and agree as a team, now I'll have to lose patience if it is not implemented on time, because it is something that we have sat down and discussed and agree with timelines. So it is upon those who are implementing to follow the timelines. Otherwise, I will not be impatient in something that we are not discussed. Firmness on the decision making. There are some factors that I will consider in making the decision. I will, like I said, we console. We will work as one and come up with one something that we make one decision as a team. Now, after making that decision, then I will be firm in implementing the decision that we have arrived as a team, but not my decision alone, without making them aware of that decision. I responded that I will balance politics and public service, understand the dynamics, but there is also the component of service delivery. And there's also a component of balancing the public service, those in public service, in ensuring that we deliver the services to the residents of Uasin Gishu. So that one, because I'm a politician, I've also understand also the public service and the Public Service Management Act. We will also have to balance the two.
With your permission, Chair, since he's answering my question, still on the weaknesses, I would like him to highlight the strengths, knowing him as someone who is very smart, very intelligent, sharp, and very vibrant. Along with that, because I had asked on the weaknesses, how he's going to leverage on the weaknesses, kindly with your permission, Chair, I would like him to add on how he's going to utilize the strengths. For instance, your analytical skills that you've gathered through the Finance and Budget Committee that we've sat with you, the delegated legislation instruments that you've been so instrumental in ensuring that they come to fruition in this house. Kindly also put that, because we really just want to understand who you are and how resourceful you are likely to be should you be given the opportunity. And even your analytical background that you've talked about severally, you being an analyst that has really worked and helped us in the Finance and Budgeting Committee. Thank you.
Thank you. I believe I responded to all those questions, but if confirmed by this committee, the strengths that I have, I will also use it to make sure that we are improving the services. The weaknesses that I have, I will also urge those whom we will be working together to accommodate my weakness, and we work together, and I will also accommodate their weaknesses and use their strengths in serving the residents of Uasin Gishu. Otherwise, the background that I've gained, I've served in 3 committees that are very important in devolution. The first one is budget and appropriation, and I've gained a lot of experience from there. I've learned a lot from the committee. They're also on the Committee of Health, which is a very important component in devolution, which is a very important devolved function to the residents. And I learned a lot when we were grilling, when we were seeking questions or answers from the department. Now that I'm crossing to that side, then I know the challenges that we had raised as honorable members, and now I will be on the other side trying to find the solution to all those challenges. Otherwise, from the experience that I got from the committees, the thread, the delegated legislation, that most of the programs, we don't have a policy for it, then now I will have to go and work closely with them to ensure that we are responding to those challenges that we had raised as when I was serving as the honorable member. Honorable Kureti on Budget Committee, my advice to the governor on 4060, there is a fiscal responsibility principle that we all follow when allocating resources, when sharing resources. And I'm also alive to the fact of the 4060 or the act of this county assembly, but coming with the actuals. I believe I will also advise the governor so that we make sure that we find the right, the actuals, the right 40% from the 30% development money and the right 60%. If we find it right and share it equally among the counties, the first beneficiary will be the governor. Not even, it will be the governor and the members of the county assembly, because those are the representatives of the people. The governor was also elected by the 30 wards. He promised that he will serve the 30 wards, and if we get the right share for 40% and share it equally among the wards, the 30 wards of in Kishu County, definitely the governor will be the first beneficiary of that. On increasing the bursary, I will also advise the governor to consider increasing the amount that is allocated for bursary. But I believe there was a lot of rumors and the policy making from the national government on trying as much as possible to see if we can combine all this to make it one and make sure that education is free. And I'm supporting that, because even on identifying them, most of I was representing Tempelia. When it comes to identification, sometimes we don't identify the right beneficiaries. There is a formula in our villages. They use a formula. If someone gets this financial year, you will not get bursary the next financial year, and you are that a vulnerable child. But that child, when it comes to the field to request for bursary, there is a formula that that sub-location is following, and that child misses the bursary. And automatically, even if we give him bursary at Form 1, he will still miss the school at Form 2 because he will not get the bursary. So we are not identifying them in a right way, but I will encourage the governor to increase.
Chair, allow me to say something while he's answering that question.
Maybe let him first finish then.
On that question
I will
only.
give you an opportunity.
Thank you.
Yes.
On equipment and on equipping the vocational training centers, I think that is also among the Nguzo Kumi for His Excellency the Governor. It is also among the programs of the national government. As a deputy principal assistant to the governor, I will support the idea of equipping allocating more money, increasing the capitation money to the vocational trainings, and also in ensuring that we encourage our youth to join vocational trainings, and also encourage our youth so that when you go to and do welding, you also come and apply the same in creating employment for yourself. Otherwise, we've been training all of them, but after training, what happens after there, we don't know. So it is one of ways that I said we will have to do civic education to our youth. On health matters, I sat in the committee.
Maybe, what was it, Honorable Gorede, that you want to put across?
Chair, that the proposal of bringing bursary maybe direct to the school and making education free for all, maybe it cannot work, because when you say free for all students, we have people who are able to pay the fees for their children. We are looking for the vulnerable children. Supposedly today, they say that no money will go to any other department apart from the ward, because that is the lowest level in every county. That what would you advise the governor over that?
What's it, point of order, Honorable Kaitan?
I think, Chair, the question was asked by the Honorable Member, and the DG nominee has already answered according to him. So I think come that day, when he will be now the DG, that's the time we can come and discuss further on that issue. Not now.
It's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable.
Thank you.
Maybe you need to add something, or that was the...
I had said,
yes.
I will advise the governor to consider increasing the money allocated for bursary.
I think that
is how I responded to.
Thank you. You can continue.
On health, I served in that committee. There was programs that were started by the governor in like revolving fund in pharmacy, looking for more suppliers, not only KEMSA. I was supporting that idea, and I will still support it. I will still advise the governor to continue pursuing that. And also, I will give my advisory to the governor to consider discussing with the public service board and ensuring that we fill the vacancies that are in, or we increase the number of nurses and clinical officers so that we empower, we increase the human resource in our health sector, because that is the main function that is devolved to us, and it is high time that the governor advise the governor to sit down with the public service and consider, and the Department of Health, and consider increasing the human resource in the health sector. Otherwise, I think I've responded to all the questions. The comment from Honorable Thomas Yako, I've taken it seriously, and I'll still, if this committee consider confirming my appointment, I will keep in touch. I will work closely with honorable members in this house. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Maybe we can have the last batch of some questions. Maybe we'll take between 5 minutes. Honorable Sawe, then we Honorable Patrick, then we finish with Honorable James and Kipchumba. Honorable Sawe.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I want to join my other honorable colleagues. I want to join my other honorable colleagues in congratulating the new DG in town. That is Honorable Evans KAPKEA. Congratulations. Mine is not a question, it's a concern. I had you taking us through your background, and one of the items was that immediately you completed your university level of education, there was no job. You did not get any work. Now, what will happen with the 3 employees? I know you have the liaison, the secretary, and the PA. Will you move with them to the office of the DG, or you leave them to go home? Thank you.
Honorable Patrick.
Thank you, Chair. Mine will just be one question. Thank you very much, Honorable KAPKEA. Now that we work together in the Committee of Trade, and we had a project together on issues of the hawkers, I just only have one question. You know the 2023-2024 budget, we have serious problem with rollovers, where so many projects have been rolled towards 2024-2025. They have absorption rate, and that makes the county look like it's not working. Thank you.
Honorable James.
Thank you so much, Chair. Mine is only to take this opportunity to congratulate Honorable Nominee KAPKEA. Also congratulations from the people of Karuna Maibeki Ward, and I'm so much happy, and actually God is good. Maybe as a concern, you've known a number of incomplete projects within our ward, within our county. So what is your take concerning the same incomplete projects, most of the flagship ones, like for example the Chagaya Iron Institute and even sub-county hospitals? Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you. We can finish up with Honorable Kipchumba.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. May I take this opportunity to congratulate my friend, Honorable Evans KAPKEA, for this opportunity. You are able to the task and keep up the same spirit. I also take this opportunity to thank His Excellency the Governor for giving Honorable KAPKEA this opportunity, being a young man, being a member from this assembly, being a first-term MCA. Honorable the nominee, I only have one question to ask. And you have addressed so many challenges, and you have also come up with a way forward. And despite the way forward and all those challenges, there's an issue of packaging and also doing the communication to the public so that it comes out very clear. So that by the end of the day, the community of the people of Wasingishu can feel the impact of what the county government of Wasingishu is doing. How are you going to package this information so that it comes out clearly in all the 10 manifestos of the governor? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Maybe Honorable Sato.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. Let me take this opportunity to congratulate Honorable Gibruto, the nominee for the Deputy Governor. For sure, you've been one of the pillars. We've been working together. I think with the first experience that you're having now, it is good that you go as a link between the Assembly and the Executive. More so, I think one of the things that you talked of in the morning was employment of the youth. Being one of the youth as you are, it is good that you explore more and more for the youth, because those are the people who will matter so much in the near future. Take that one as one of the compliment. As the Bible says, give thanks in everything that God actually give you. This is one of the things that you will do. We thank God for, and may God bless you and take good care of you.
Amen. Thank you. You can respond to those questions.
Thank you, Chair. Question from Honorable Samuel Sawe, and I request that you protect me on responding to that question. Because Honorable Member from KAPKEA Ward had raised the issue of having another group of supporters, managing the supporters. Let me go and manage them from my own personal level. Because immediately I respond, I will be creating more problems outside there or amongst the supporters. So Honorable Samuel Sawe, through the chair, you'll allow me not to tackle that.
It's okay.
On all the programs for 2023-2024, which I was part of, I'm still part of the team. I know even in my ward, there are so many programs that were rolled over. And I thank the County Assembly for the oversight that you did, that we did as a team. And I believe that even the executive have had the responses or the concerns from the County Assembly, because I was still part of the team. I'm still part of the team. We were doing oversight together and ensuring that they give us response on why they've not implemented 2023-2024. To cure that, as we go forward, is what I had responded earlier, that I will advise the governor to consider having them sign the performance contract after every financial year, so that at least you will be responsible that this financial year have implemented all the programs or not. And at the end of the financial year, you'll also be responding to the governor whether you implemented all the programs or the challenges, why there is a rollover in your department. So that one will cure and will make people responsible. We will have political responsibility, or even we will do what is required for us to do. Provided that we have the resources, there is no reason why you are not implementing yet. We have the resources, and we have a span of 1 year from June to June to the next financial year. So that one is advising the governor and also encouraging the County Assembly to continue with the oversight role and making sure that they are inviting the departments and they are responding. And from the other side, if you consider approving my appointment, my nomination, is to ensure that we are pushing all the departments to honor the invitations, to respond to all the questions, and to do their job. So that one is, it is a collective responsibility for all of us. And I'm also sure the governor, because governor is also keen on ensuring that we implement all the programs, because that one is always captured in his governor's address to this County Assembly. So I'm very sure governors wants the time that he comes to give his governor's address is at least when reporting on the absorption rate, 70% and above is good for the governor to respond to this house or to give a governor's address. Otherwise, governor will not encourage or will not be comfortable to report that the absorption rate is 20% or 30% or 40%. So also the government, I'm very sure with my advice, the governor will also consider pushing the executive, the other arm of government. On all the projects that are incomplete, I was serving in the budget committee, and I'm aware of all the projects that are incomplete. Mine is to sit down with the respective department. Maybe it is a project in the health department or a project in a roads department to find the expected time of completion of that project, the amount that were allocated, the resources that were allocated in that into that project, the challenges why the project has not been completed, or whether it requires more time or whether it requires more resources. Then after getting that and sitting down with the governor, we will now find a way forward, and also with the advice from the respective committees in this county assembly. Because I believe we have all the respective committees, they will also give their proposal. I will also give my advice to the governor. We will come up with a proposal and see if we are completing that, finding the resources to complete that project. Otherwise, all the projects, like the Chakaya project, it was a very noble idea. Like the one in Chebolol, it was a very noble idea. Like having all sub-county hospitals, the idea was also noble. But I guess the biggest challenge is the resources. Maybe the resources are not enough to complete that project in time. So that is something which we will go, and if you consider, we'll also go and sit down. Thank you. I think from Honorable Kipchumba and Honorable Serem, thanks for the concerns, and I will also take it serious. The concern from Honorable Sato on youth empowerment, I'm taking it very serious, being one of them. So thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much, the nominee. You have done a very elaborate answers, and sorry for keeping you with all these questions. I think every member have heard this or I share of the questions, and I wish you all the best. Maybe a very simple one, and the last questions from me. What is the future of devolution in this case? Now you have been in assembly for quite some time, and now you are going to the county executive. What's the future of devolution in this case?
Thank you, Chair. And I believe all of us, we are in agreement that devolution has done a lot to this country. I've served for 2 years, and I've seen what the devolution has done. We have improved the road coverage and the rest. We have done water projects and the rest. And devolution is good. The services has reached the residents, the local mwananchi, and the future is good. We are supposed to continue empowering devolution. We encourage the national government to continue empowering the devolution, to continue providing more resources for the devolved functions, or to devolve the resources functions fully with the resources. And also as the county governments, it's also good that we streamline the public service, because those are the people who will make us achieve the full potential of the devolution. Those are the implementers. So if we streamline, we motivate, and we support the public service, the workers, and also combat corruption, we will achieve more through devolution. So devolution is good. It is good all of us to support. It is good we all of us encourage the national government, and it is good also that as the leaders in the grassroots and as the leaders in the county government, we encourage, we support devolution. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dominic. I think that we are the end of our conversation. So what are your prayers to this committee as we wind up this?
Thank you. Before I make my prayers, Honorable Chair, you will allow me to use this platform to thank God for the opportunity, thank the residents of Tembelia Ward for seeing the potential in me and giving me this opportunity. If it was not because of the people of Tembelia, I believe I could not have gotten this opportunity of a deputy governor nominee. And also to thank the governor for seeing the potential in me, recognizing the leadership of youth, and also recognizing my capacity and allow me to serve as his deputy governor. And I will not forget the county assembly of Uasin-Gishu, because this is the place that I've gained a lot of experience. I have learned a lot, I've experienced a lot, and I've learned from the seniors, I've learned from the ones that you joined for only 2 years, and I believe the experience that I have, I will hold it to the county assembly wherever I go, because it has given me, and this is a very vibrant, strong county assembly. The seniors are very supportive. They encourage us, like Honorable Kirwa Kemboy, like he said, that I always consult him. Like what Honorable Moya encouraged me when I came to this house, that I'm seeing a lot of potential in you, continue working hard. So I will also thank the county assembly. My prayers to the appointment committee is I'm making an humble appeal that you consider confirming me to serve the residents of Uasin-Gishu on this capacity as the deputy governor, and you consider confirming me so that I also grow my leadership. I also serve the humanity, and I'm promising that I will serve as the link between the county assembly and the executive. I will also be making close contact and consultation with the representatives of the people, because I know the roles of the MCAs. I know the roles because I've been one of them. And you are going, MCAs, as MCAs, we are going through a lot. So I will be serving as the link between the two, and also ensuring that we are supporting all the programs, implementing all the priorities that you've discussed with your people. Otherwise, thank you, Honorable Chair. It is my prayers that you consider confirming my appointment as the Deputy Governor. Thank you.
It is not me, it's the committee.
Through you. It is through you, Chair.
So once again, the nominee, congratulations for being nominated. And I wish you all the best. May God bless you. Thank you so much. No, let the committee first of all exit the... Well, thank you, honorable members, for this patience and your time. I think we have made an elaborate and a very good discussion on this. I've been informed that there is lunch, so kindly, as we move, let's have lunch, then we have a discussion. Since there is no any other business, this house stand adjourned. Thank you so much. Thank you also to members of the public, those who are in the gallery. I appreciate that you have joined us for this noble event. I wish you all the best and may God bless you. Thank you so much.